You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
The fucking indignity of killing a spider with a fly swatter.
The irony.
Yeah, the very thing
This
it
is for all
feasts
those
on.
flies.
Yeah.
We're talking about Spidercast. Welcome to Spidercast.
Spider, you want to talk about
We
spiders?
can do Spidercast.
Okay.
But first, hello internet, it's Tadpog.
I don't
Two
know.
old guys play old games. But we're also three old guys who own houses and that have spiders in them.
Yeah, we were talking about spiders right before we started. Or we weren't. You guess. There's just a completely random
Maybe
intro.
we just started just this minute. You'll never know.
Or just the scary men of Black Widow spiders. Tadpog's sweetheart Josh and Nicole used to have in their former garage. And it was terrifying anytime I'd go in there.
The men in black spiders?
What did I say? Did I say Black Widow spiders? Or did
Oh,
say
I thought you said scary men in black
the
spiders.
scary
No,
Black
Black
Widows.
Widow.
Yeah. Men in black spiders also terrible.
Yeah, I bet. They always fucking biting you and then making you forget about it.
It's got a different letter of the alphabet on it, so you know what kind it is.
Yeah.
It's just a J spider.
I don't know if I got bit or not, but my arm's fucking rotting.
I worked with a girl over at the local Chinese restaurant who got bitten by a brown recluse on like the side of her boob.
Yeah.
And it just straight up,
It's a spider with good taste.
it rotted out a chunk of boob.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah, my brother-in-law
Terrible.
got bit on the back by one and didn't know it until his wife happened to notice what the fuck is wrong.
Where'd
with-
your back go?
what is happening to your back? He's like, what are you talking about? And it was rotten. He had to get a whole bunch of skin excised and then have to take all this antibiotic medicine and stuff. It was bad.
It just reminds me of Resident Evil 1 when you find that girl's diary after she gets infected and she just eventually devolves into itchy, tasty, and then bursts out of the closet.
I was bit by a spider. I don't know what kind it was. I hear that necrosis is pretty rare. Like I feel like that's
I think they really have to get a good bite on you
yeah.
and excrete enough of the venom to be that bad.
Yeah.
But it
Something
depends.
fucked me up, but skin came off, but it wasn't I don't have a big hole in my leg. I've got a scar from that
Right.
spider bite.
That was
But
probably a brown recluse then.
probably. That's what I was, because I went to the doctor. It was bad enough to be like, this isn't a regular bite. And that's the one where I woke up and I rubbed my hand over the bite and skin sloughed off.
Oh yeah.
It was that one.
But now
So,
you got a +2 resistance bonus against brown recluse. So.
yeah, that's, look, it really didn't,
That
my
sounds
leg
awful.
didn't fall
Scared the
off.
shit out of me.
So, I definitely went to the clinic the next day. And be
Yeah,
like-
I would have definitely been worried.
They were cool. They were like, yeah, it's no big deal. It's like, okay.
If you say so.
Skin came off.
Yeah.
Skin comes off.
It comes off. Here, put some of this antibiotic on it. I'm like, okay. And I did that and everything was okay.
I don't know if it's true, and I've never really I bothered to look it up, but I've always heard that granddaddy longleg spiders are super poisonous.
I've heard that too.
But their fangs aren't capable of penetrating human skin. They're
Yep.
soft, so
I've
they
heard that
can't
too.
hurt you. So I don't know if that's true, but I kind of want it to be true.
It's a good thing that we are Spidercast, the leading podcast on spiders and video games, because I'm going to look it up right now. According to answers.com, what a bad place to go for this answer. The answer is, I'm sorry, pulling legs off spiders as a child? I hope you did it with gloves on. So there's our answer. Thanks, answers.com.
It's always helpful.
Are you intelligent in your cruelty? I hope so. Put gloves before you torture animals.
Henry was blowing up chickens today in Minecraft, and I had to be like, hey, would you blow up chicken? He was really getting a kick out of it. Enough where it's you need to have a conversation with him about blowing up chickens. I was like, hey, would you blow up chickens in real life? And he's like, I would to get meat. I was like, okay, but we just buy chicken from the store. And then he said, yeah, but that meat comes from chicken. I'm like, all right, look. Do you think it's okay to hurt animals? And he said no. And that's all I need to hear. Have fun blowing up chickens in Minecraft.
There you go.
You can bring him over. We'll slaughter and defeather and strip down a chicken.
Yeah, he might. Yeah, he might really enjoy that. I don't know. Probably not. I'm trying to find an answer. Our granddaddy long legs, and I always called him. Is there a daddy long legs, or is it just granddaddy?
Just a term. It's however you tomato.
Unky long legs.
Auntie long legs.
Our granddaddy long
and
legs.
Dora
poisons.
long legs.
As far as humans are concerned, granddaddy long legs are neither poisonous or venomous. They do have fang-like mouth parts. I also think they're not spiders. Like, I think I
They're just long legs.
read that somewhere. Because, like, spiders have, like, well, maybe they are. I don't know what the fuck they are. Granddaddy long legs, also known as harvest men, fun,
That's good.
are often mistaken for spiders because of their spider-like appearance and movements. While they do have some spidery characteristics, they are not, in fact, spiders. They are classified as arachnids, like spiders, because of their 8 legs and movements, and they creep people the fuck out, like spiders do. Other arachnids that aren't spiders include ticks, mites, and scorpions.
Okay.
Despite their appearance, this is fun. Granddaddy longlegs are actually more like scorpions than spiders.
Oh.
Spiders have 8 eyes, while granddaddy longlegs only have 2. Spiders also have a distinct waist, separating the thorax head from their abdomen, while granddaddy longlegs
Love that spider waist.
have one fused cavity. They're pear-shaped. Finally,
I hear that, spiders. I hear that.
they're the Drew Carey of spiders. I can't say that anymore because actually he's probably a very thin gentleman
He
now.
is
Yeah,
now,
he is.
I don't know that from looking at his body. I could just look at his face and be like, you are a thin man who used to not be.
Kind of like Kevin Smith now.
Yeah. Finally, spiders produce silk and spin webs. Granddaddy longlegs do not produce silk, so they can't make webs. So yeah. No, they're not venomous. I had heard that myth too. This is according to callnorthwest.com, which I think is like a pest control thing. And looks like they're using like Jerry from Tom and Jerry as their mascot. That's probably legal. But thanks for the information on Granddaddy Longlegs.
So who do you think is the best Kevin and who is the worst Kevin?
The best Kevin? There's Kevin McDonald. He's pretty good.
Are we talking about a character name or a real name?
Kevin
name.
McAllister?
Real
Kevin
guy.
McAllister is where I was going.
Yeah?
We're the best
I
Kevin.
figure that's where you might have been going. Kevin from The Office?
I like Macaulay Culkin in American Horror Story.
I haven't seen that one yet. I heard it's good though.
It's good. I
Yeah?
like it. I like it so far.
Is he in the gimp suit?
I wish. This Red Tide is more of a vampire story
Okay.
ish.
Current season?
Yeah.
Is it the current one or was it the last
I think it's the current.
current? Because I think we're watching it on Hulu, so I never know if they're one season behind or if they're current.
Yeah.
Hulu tends to be current.
Current?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We have
Red Tide.
FX. I think that's what it comes on. And yeah, it's showing that.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, like, Hulu is pretty current typically, but I feel like they're always like a season behind with Always Sunny. So when you said FX, I was like, I don't know. But if you're watching it on FX.
Well, we haven't watched it yet, but I've just seen the commercials for it. I think it's still on TV.
They're running spots
Oh,
for it,
okay.
and it's current. Who's your favorite? Who is the best Kevin, Tyler?
Kevin McDonald's a really strong one.
I mean, there's Kevin Smith,
Kevin
obviously.
Smith, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin
I
Bacon's
like
a
Kevin
good
Bacon
one.
okay, but he's not top tier. He's not S tier.
For me,
Kevin,
he is.
For you, yeah.
Yeah.
I think worst
Trimmers,
Kevin.
man. Trimmers. It's
I mean, Trimmers, yeah, but I mean, you got.
Footloose.
I never seen
Wild
Footloose.
Things.
Wild Things. I saw the good
I've
part.
never seen it. I've never seen the good part.
I rented it in high school and fast forwarded.
Now I'm blanking.
Flatliners.
Flatliners. He was also in
a good one.
of those. God damn.
I mean, he's an A tier for me. I'm just saying he's not an S tier
Okay.
Kevin for
Okay.
me. Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner's up
a
there
good-
for me.
that's a good Kevin.
Yeah, it's probably a B rank Kevin for me. But
Okay.
because if Kevin Bacon's an A rank, I like Kevin Bacon more than Kevin Costner.
There's Kevin Hart, which I'm not a big fan of Kevin Hart.
Who is Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart? He is He does a lot of stuff with Shaq. He's the very, very short black
the
comedian.
guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's pretty funny.
His first name's Kevin? I know. Okay. Man, that's weird.
So, candidate for worst Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
D rank, Kevin.
Kevin Kline. I like Kevin Kline.
I like Kevin Kline a lot, actually. He may surpass Kevin McAllister for me.
Wow.
Fish Called Wanda is like one of my favorite movies ever,
Yeah.
and mostly because of him. So, yes, definitely
A Fish Called Wanda. That's like one I've always wanted to watch, but I never have. I remember my parents watching it when I was like Henry's age, so I didn't really get into it.
It's
then,
dated.
but-
It's dated, but it's still funny. I actually watched it on TV the other day, and
Cool.
it still holds up for me. And I mean, I watched that movie like it was my job back in high school. It was.
I want to watch that one.
It's
That
a Monty Python joint,
Yeah,
basically.
right,
I mean, it's
right.
not Monty Python
Sure.
Presents, but it's got John Cleese and Michael Palin and shit, I can't remember the other guy that's in it. But
That's on my list, but like on my actual list as opposed to like the
Yeah.
list I tell people. Yeah,
plus,
it's on my list.
Jamie Lee is hot as fuck in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, she's kind of hot in just about everything, in my opinion. But she was looking very 80s, but looking good.
Yeah.
Kevin James.
Kevin
Like King of
James.
Queens,
Yeah,
Kevin
King of
James. That's a good
Queens.
Kevin.
Yeah.
The Jonas brother I always forget about, Kevin Jonas.
Kevin Jonas. What are their other names?
Joe Jonas.
Okay. I don't know. You could tell me anything.
One of those guys was a judge on The Voice.
Yep.
That was-
One was in Jumanji.
that was Atlas Jonas.
That's the
Atlas
same
Jonas.
one. The same one that's on The Voice
Yeah.
is in Jumanji. The
Jonas.
Welcome to the
Bonus
Jungle.
Jonas.
Bonus Jonas. That's good. That's the fourth brother they don't talk about.
Let's see. If we say Kevin Smith, Kevin Federline. So I guess there's a nod for worst
Lower-
Kevin.
Okay, yeah, it's a low one.
end.
One like a very, very low Kevin. Maybe bottom tier Kevin for me is Kevin Sorbo.
Oh,
I get that.
yeah.
Fan of Hercules, but man, he is
I
a
know.
dumpster fire now.
Mid tier.
Like
yeah.
whoa, he is a dumpster
Yeah.
fire now to the point that you see Lucy Lawless calling him a fucking idiot on Twitter.
Yeah.
His stuff comes up for me on TikTok
Oh,
a
really?
lot, and his son is always in the video with him. But I skip it as soon as I see him. I don't know why it keeps coming up because I skip it. But
Oh, and here's a Kevin, the wrestler Kevin Nash,
Kevin Nash.
who we might be more familiar with as Super Shredder in TNT2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm definitely more familiar with him as that.
Yeah.
Did he wrestle as Kevin Nash?
yes,
He was really, really big dude. And
Super Shredder size.
Super Shredder size. Yep. And I was not a WCW kid, but he was a WCW wrestler.
How many Ninja Turtles do you think that Kevin Nash could take at one time? Like, do you think he could take two?
Not a Super Shredder, but
Not
as Kevin Nash.
just as Kevin Nash. And the Turtles don't have their weapons.
I don't know. I still think they might be one turtle might be.
I think
a pretty
he's
good
probably
match
just
for him.
big.
Okay.
He's a
I'm just
big,
trying to
big
measure
guy.
his power level, from my
mean-
research notes.
If we're comparing Kevin Nash
Mm-hmm.
to big wrestlers and the effectiveness of big wrestlers in, say, I don't know, Natsume Championship Wrestling,
Yeah.
big guys are super garbage. Super, super, super garbage, in my opinion. If we were to talk about Natsume Championship Wrestling,
About to say, you're ready to get into it.
I was very unhappy
You were very
trying to play
unhappy?
this game.
I couldn't do it.
I was
couldn't do
too.
So I don't know. But, we want to talk about anything else first? What
Ian?
you guys been up to this week?
Had a bad week. I know that.
I just had a shitty week at work, and then today, our washing machine fucking quit, which we've only had for like 5 years. So and it's not under warranty. We've got to
Sure.
get that guy coming out tomorrow to hopefully be able to repair it for a reasonable price. 'Cause there's no fucking way I can afford a washing machine right
Probably
now.
be able to repair it. 5 years.
Probably. I mean,
got that.
I think it might just be a belt or something. So
I know somebody that refurbishes them pretty cheap.
well, the guy that we're calling is a former next door neighbor of mine who does that. He buys up busted washing machines and
okay.
refurbishes them, and then he's gotten so good at it now he actually goes to people's houses and repairs stuff. But he's a friend, and he said he's not going to charge us an arm and a leg. It's
good.
The cheapest,
Just
just
an
the
arm.
service,
Yeah.
just to come look at it was $100. And that doesn't count the repair. Like they roll that. If you say, I don't want you to repair it, I'm just going to go replace it, you pay them $100.
Sure.
If you say, I want you to repair it, they roll that same fee into the labor and the parts. So they're just trying to. Anyway, that sucks. Last week, my heater fucking broke.
Good Lord.
So we had to call the guys to come out and fix that. That was going to cost $600, but we managed to finagle it enough to get it covered under warranty. So I only had to pay the labor, which was $200, which I don't have. And then, this is coming off of the freshness of my refrigerator and stove dying. It's like every appliance in my house is just deciding to wait 3 weeks and die. Okay, we got that fixed. Good. Next thing breaks. Okay, we got that fixed. Good. The next thing breaks. I hate being a homeowner.
Yeah.
I hate it.
There were several fridges that died in Tadpog Nation recently.
I know,
There was a
I saw
conversation
that.
on Discord recently about, there's at
My
least 4
refrigerator
refrigerators.
this last week died.
Holy
Are you
shit.
fucking kidding me?
Nope.
I got to call Nikki. I got to call and make
I'm
sure
glad
the
I
fridge
have
is okay.
this one out here that I'm going to haul in the house.
It's COVID.
So,
It's COVID. It did it to the refrigerators
that
are
was
susceptible
my
to COVID.
second tab to talk about broken fridge.
It sucks too because it's such a major fucking expense.
Tadpog bingo. broken fridge.
I had to reach out to my dad, to help me buy a new refrigerator, which I'm slowly paying him back for. But now that everything else is breaking, I keep having to tell him, I can't send you any money this month because my fucking heater broke and my fucking washing machine just broke.
Yeah.
And it's like, I got a bonus at work, performance bonus. We get them every quarter if we meet certain numbers.
Nice.
I got a nice little bonus. And I get to blow it on repairs I don't get to spend it on anything fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next is hot water.
Oh, fuck. Hot water, like the hot water heater going out is like, not my biggest fear. Roof is always my biggest
Yeah,
fear.
me too. God.
Fucking roof, man.
Fucking roof. My
Scares the
roof
shit
is
out of
so
me.
old.
Mine's not super old, but
It's got to be.
I know how
replaced.
expensive roofs are, like to redo. So it's like,
Yeah,
that's always
even
scary.
even a good price on a roof redo.
It's
is
still
just
like
insanely.
Oh,
expensive.
that's weird. I paid less than that for a car. Huh? okay.
God.
If I had to do it again, I'd get a metal roof.
Yeah.
Plus, I love the way rain sounds.
I
in
like
the
it
house.
too, but I hear that the resale value, like I hear that it's hard to sell a home with a metal roof.
Why? I
man.
wonder.
Don't know.
Because they're more durable.
I
They're
know.
easier to fix if something goes wrong.
I don't know. I don't know
Weird.
if it's I don't
Frisbees just slide off them.
They slide right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Well,
Grease
that's
them
what
up.
we're. I think that's what we're going to do when it comes time to replace the roof. I think we're going to go metal, because what's good about that is like the regulations here in this town are you can't go higher than like if you have one layer of shingles,
Yeah.
you can put another layer of shingles on top. You can re-roof with a fresh layer of shingles over what's already there.
Okay.
But you can't go to 3 levels.
Okay.
At that point, you have to then go and strip all of the shingles off and start fresh.
Okay.
With a metal roof, they just bolt that shit to whatever you've already got, and you're done.
Really?
They don't have to take anything off your
Yeah.
roof. They just bolt it on. They clean it real good.
Yeah, sure.
And then they just bolt it on top of what's
I mean,
already
yeah,
there.
it's going to be that thin anyway. So
Yeah, and it's
fuck it.
grommets that go in between the roof.
All grommets,
current-
no Wallace.
all grommets. They go in between the metal and the shingles. And occasionally those grommets can wear out, but apparently it's like super easy for someone to just get in and take up that panel, place the grommets, put it back down.
That's nice.
And, it's it.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just someone who, when I'm like, yeah, metal roofs, people don't like them. It was just someone I knew who had their home re-roofed, and they were like, they spent like fucking a lot of money on it, and they were looking at metal roofs because he was like, this seems like the best fucking solution, and then he decided not to do it because I don't know what his resource was, but he told me, he's like, yeah, we wanted to do it, but we had some people tell us that it's gonna hurt us if we try to sell the
See,
house.
I'm not terribly worried about my resale value on my house because the plan is I'm just going to
Stay
stay
in there.
in that
Yeah.
house
See,
if I
it's-
can.
Yeah.
It's big shingle.
It's big,
big
shingle.
shingle.
It
working
might be
against
big
you.
Spreading that
shingle.
around.
Yeah,
But-
the scabies. The scabies
It
scabies.
took me a
patent.
sec. I didn't get it. I heard also that they've now developed this paint that can be used on metal roofing. Now, I don't know that it's in production, but they've been testing it, and it's this like ultra, ultra, ultra pure white paint that is the whitest. It's even whiter than me. And apparently it can...
Is it German made or?
I don't know. It's called...
It's a World War II. It's like that was
Irish made.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was a genocide joke. Just like throw them out there every now and then.
You've been a German. You can make that joke. It's fine.
There you go. It apparently using this paint reduces the need for air conditioning by like 80% because it
reflects the light.
It just reflects the light away from your house, and so
Meanwhile, you can use Vanta Black and turn your house into an oven.
yeah,
It's either way.
It's the opposite of that. It's like the white of that black.
Vanna White.
Yeah, there you go.
The Vanna White.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just frustrated at the breakdown of everything important in my home.
Yeah.
And then my son and his wife and my grandson are all going. They left today, or they're leaving tomorrow to go out of town to visit with her parents for a week. And my wife volunteered to babysit their dog.
Oh, Farvel.
So our dog does not like to be around other dogs.
Well, yeah, she's just violently attacked by a pit bull.
Well, that even before that, but now,
You
right?
know what you could do with this dog?
Yeah.
I do.
You got a bait dog.
Wait a minute.
now.
you got your bait dog.
I'm thinking about this all wrong.
Yeah, man. This is
You
a
got your
blessing in
philosopher's stone
disguise.
sacrifice.
That's right.
They brought.
Oh, you're gonna
Oh,
you're gonna
yeah.
make a chimera?
Their dog is nice and she's cute and funny and she loves coming over. But my dog, when she gets around other dogs, she drools. She just drools everywhere because she gets nervous and she just doesn't like being around other dogs. I don't know what it is.
Like what other? Is it just? Is she normal otherwise, or is she like hiding and drooling, or she's
No,
just
she's just walking around and drool's coming out of her mouth and she's avoiding the other dog.
and avoiding the other dog? Okay.
So
Yeah, okay.
we've got a week of this to look forward to. I'm hoping this gets better
You gonna lay down some tarp?
over the tarp and little pee pads.
Little
I guess
wading pools.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully that doesn't make the whole next week be just garbage because I've already got a lot on my plate right now, and I just do not want to have to deal with my dog and their dog not getting along. I told her, I
Yeah.
said, if they're not at least getting along and it's not manageable by Sunday, I'm going to take their dog and go stay at their house with their dog for a week and just live there because I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to stress over it all
Man,
week.
the
don't blame you.
local vet, I mean, their kennel fee is pretty low.
They didn't want to put her in a kennel,
Yeah.
and I get it, and it costs money, and we're happy to help.
Sure.
But that's not going to inconvenience anybody. We have to give our dog to somebody else.
Hopefully,
That's how what Anna would do anytime her boyfriend's parents go to town. Oh no, Melissa and Tyler, they'll watch it. They'll watch your dog every fucking time.
Well,
Whatever animal.
we can.
I like the cat. That's about it.
Yeah.
We'll manage, I guess. It's first night. She's there with them.
Yeah.
I think they'll be all right, especially once the little one calms down.
Yeah.
Because it's still running around like, I don't know where I am.
Yeah.
Hopefully they get
What can I
together
pee
and
on?
but that she's done that.
Yeah.
First thing she did when she got here was shit in the floor.
Right.
Of course.
It's not my house. This looks like a toilet.
Yeah.
I'm in
she's
shit here.
right here.
Yeah.
That's the
She's a
first thing
good-
I do when I go to anybody's house. I gotta go shit
It's
somewhere.
fair.
So,
Establish your
Mark your
dominance.
dominance. Yeah. It'll be fine. I'm sure they'll get used to each other. Hopefully, maybe they'll start fighting or something and playing and doing dog things. But right
Yeah.
now, my dog is just looking at me like, "Fuck you, man. Fuck you," because I know she's gonna think we're gonna have this dog forever.
Right.
Which
Have
is,
you explained to her that you're not?
Yeah, many times
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to
That's-
work.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
not working?
I don't know why.
Weird.
But what I am hoping, I'm trying to be optimistic because what I'm hoping for is they actually do start to get along over the next week, and then maybe she can come over and they can have dog time,
play dates.
together
Yeah.
in the future, so that she can become a little more comfortable around other animals. That's all I'm worried about is her stress level around the other
Yeah.
dog. So I don't know. It's probably nothing. I'm just overthinking things right now because I have just had too
probably
much
gonna be
shit
okay.
go wrong this
Yeah,
week.
it's probably gonna be okay.
I agree.
Yeah. even if it's bad, it's not going to be as bad as an appliance, a major
Nope.
essential home appliance dying.
I'm just hoping that when the guy comes tomorrow and looks at it, he says,
He will take the dog.
He'll take the dog.
I'd love to watch this dog for a week.
Oh,
This is a
if you
drive
let me
boat.
watch this dog, I'll do all this work for free.
Yeah.
You
Hopefully,
better watch
it'll
out.
be-
These dogs love to crawl in dryers and die.
Hopefully, it'll just be a simple repair that he can do for not much money, and I can hope that no more of my major appliances, knock wood.
There aren't many left
don't
to
break.
break, right? I mean, you kind of like
We've covered the big
The big
portion of
ones.
them. Or that or my bathroom floor will cave in.
don't even. Nah, let's not talk about floors.
I don't want to get into that either.
I saw Steve Martin and Short last Sunday.
Oh, yes.
how
How
was
was
that?
that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Fucking amazing.
Awesome.
It sucks that it was on Sunday because originally it was on Saturday. They moved it to Sunday. It's like, oh, that fucks everything up.
Sure.
I haven't had a Monday off in years because there's no one else that can do my shit.
Yeah.
That's always due every Monday.
So you had to come right back and after.
Yeah. Well, the original plan was I was going to go in early Sunday and do everything that I would normally do Monday and take Monday off. My boss was good with it. And then overnight sitter and everything fell through. So it's like, oh, well, okay, I won't go into work. I'm going to stay here and do everything I have to do around here. And then right before we left, then Melissa's dad called. It's like, oh, yeah, I'll watch Jack. Bring him over. We'll keep him all night. It's like, I didn't go to work. Shit. Okay, well, what can I do? I was like, well, maybe if we stay and get up at 11 and then drive in, I'll just work until like 8. And then hopefully he won't give me any shit about turning stuff in like super late. And then we go to the show. First we go to the Bavarian Beer House. That is the German restaurant inside.
I'm not going to
Aubrey
make a
Bill's
genocide
Mall.
joke. I've already made one. I'm not going to do it again.
Which it's a very German beer maids and huge pretzels, all sorts of stuff everywhere. It was a cool
Dirndls
looking
and-
restaurant. But we walk in, and of course, there's some girl, has a fucking super tight corset, boobs up to her neck. But like Melissa and I walk in, and she just kind of looks over at us and turns back around. So we just Melissa look at each other and we kind of stand there. And
Was there a dress code?
I thought I was like, "What's wrong? Is it too busy?" Because it was fairly busy. And then I noticed, but it's all like big groups of people. So I was like, "Is this just reservation only, huge groups?" Like, and the girl, like, she's still facing away from us, just kind of turns around. Oh, you guys need a table? Yes, please.
No, we're good. Can we see a menu? We're just going to eat here in the entryway.
Well, she keeps talking to us, and Melissa are both like, "What? No, we just need a what? We just need a table," because she's talking to us with her back to us. Before eventually she like, I guess you can sit at the bar. Okay, we'll sit at the bar. Because it does look like it's big, like mead hall style tables everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, maybe you have to be in a big group, or it's communal dining, and I don't know. I don't want to sit in the middle of 8 strangers, so fine, bar's fine. We get up. The few people at the bar are super busy, so no one's like talking to us. And Melissa's like, "How do we order? What do we do? I've never been here." So there's just a QR code right there at the table. So we scan it, and it brings up the menu where you then order your drinks, your food, put in your payment, everything from the app.
Okay, that's
So
cool.
We're like, okay, that's fine. And we go ahead and order. And then after we order it, then someone comes over with our drinks and everything. It's like, okay, that's fine. That works.
Did they have
I mean,
any signs or literature around to indicate
Nothing to
that is
indicate
what
that.
you should do?
Nope.
That's
How do you tip
weird.
in that situation?
Whenever they brought us, they did bring us the receipt
Yeah.
for it where we could tip.
And you were like, "Oh, you didn't do any work. That makes it easy." Okay.
Correct. We never saw. I knew what server it was that we had keyed to the ticket.
Yeah.
Never talked to us. Never. They sort of looked in our direction and kind of chided us about something.
Yeah, there's a people.
So it's like, oh, you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything. You didn't fill our drinks. You didn't like nothing. So
It seems like
okay,
honestly,
no.
it kind of seems. It seems.
and I'm a restaurant person.
Sure.
I
Right.
don't believe in not tipping, but this sucks.
Yeah. It seemed like, honestly, the QR thing seems like a really great idea, but it does seem like if you are a
gotta have a-
server, if I were a server, I'd be like, no, don't do that, because no one's going to fucking tip me, because I don't get to go up to them and
Right.
be like, "Hey, how's it going? What did you like? Can I start?" Can't do any of that. And it's just, I show up with food and they're like, "Thank you, person who brought the food."
Well, it's like the ones that roam around inside Pizza Inn, and they fill your water or
Oh
your
yeah,
Coke
but
or
you don't
whatever.
tip. I mean,
But it's buffet style.
okay, that brings up a whole nother question.
It does.
Do you
I
tip
don't-
at a buffet?
I don't. I mean, maybe not as much, just because if that's all they're doing is filling my drink, or I'm getting all the food. They basically gave me forks,
Yeah,
and drink refills.
I get it.
So I might tip a little.
I tip
but I'm
a
not
little.
going to tip the same way I would tip
Yeah,
to some poor woman who had to bring out 8 plates
Sure, a
down
full
her
service.
arm and
Yeah.
and keep coming
Yeah.
back and
yeah.
that's worthy of a much bigger tip.
I tip
in
a
my
little
opinion.
at a buffet because, especially like, I know the Chong's buffet is closed, but like that's the one where I kind of tip more like a regular restaurant
They'll still get your soup
because they come and they get
stuff
your
like that.
soup and they get
They
they
do tend
actually
to
bring you stuff.
check up on
they
you
check
and
in,
stuff,
and
yeah.
so it's like, okay, you're like, this feels like
But if the ones that like
Tip-worthy.
Pizza Inn, they're just making
No.
rounds. They're just
Right.
filling everyone's.
Sure.
It's not like they're giving you
Right.
any personalized service.
right, exactly. If they do that, if they even do that, they should just have a drink machine at Pizza Inn that you
And
go fill
exactly.
your shit up.
And for the record, their tipping gets lower for me when every time I go to Pizza Inn and I have a Sprite and
Yeah.
they top it off with water.
Oh,
I have to,
What the
That has
fuck?
happened to me more times than
Oh,
I care
God.
to think about. And I take a big old swig of watered down, even more watered down
Perfect.
Sprite. I'm like, oh.
That tastes like summer.
Chris Black of a few episodes fame, we used to go to Pizza Inn and make fun of the scripture on the walls loudly.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Well, an older couple then comes in and sits beside us.
You guys need to get out of here.
Well, they're looking around. I can tell the guy's like, okay, I get that guy's number as soon as he sits down. The way he talks, the way he's dressed, like, this dude's going to be a dick.
Oh yeah.
So
This is another customer.
Yeah, another customer.
Okay.
So he comes in and he sits down and he's like, anybody got to help us? And like one of the barmaids comes up and is like, sure, here, will you scan this and you can go ahead and that's the menu and you can put in your order. And he's like, no, I need an actual menu. I don't like this. I'm sorry, sir. We don't have any physical menus with COVID, so this is how we do things now.
We spent all our money on these beer wench costumes.
He was like, that's stupid. I don't like that. I'm sorry, sir. And then like the you tell who's the manager. He's like, yeah, I think a lot of places are going to be going to stuff like this. He's like, oh, I'm gonna cook at home a lot more then. And the guy,
Good to know.
the manager's like, so
Okay.
as soon as you order, I can bring you out whatever you need.
Yeah. What,
He's
what
like,
do you expect
beers.
us to do?
Okay, sure. Just go and bring it on that app. That's all we do.
So
And
like,
eventually the guy's pissed off, but he does it.
Yeah.
And then they immediately go back out, bring his beers out, and
They should have I feel like they could have a plan because that's like, he's not the only guy who
can't be.
and I'm sure he's like probably more dickish than some. Like I imagine there's probably some, not to be ageist, but older clientele that might come in and be like, I don't know what the fuck. Like I feel like they could like scan it themselves and be like, what's your credit card number? Okay.
they open their flip phone and like, what,
Right?
I
This
don't
will work.
have a
Does this support BlackBerry?
got a Nokia brick phone still.
brands out his jitterbug phone. Like, I don't know.
So what do you do in that situation if you do want a refill? Do you have to scan again and do that thing?
Just flag
or-
somebody down, they'll get a refill.
Then you get-
I guess, because I never got one. So,
Okay.
but I ordered 2 drinks. So.
That is a good question with it, but with it being beer and everything, you probably just order another one.
Like, is it like a running tab?
You
That
could-
you can
you-
like,
yeah, as
say,
long as-
like,
as
you're
long
like,
as you
oh, I
don't-
feel like some cheese fries suddenly.
He
and
did
add
tell me,
to
don't
it.
close it out.
Okay, then yeah, it's
Otherwise,
like-
you can leave it open and keep.
then yeah, it's
keep
set up
ordering.
like a tab. That's awesome. I do like that.
Yeah, it's a good system.
They
I
probably
would-
sell more food that way.
Probably.
The servers make less, but they sell more food.
And we sat there for a while. Like,
That's probably why her boobs are pushed up to her neck.
we got.
She's like, this is the only way I make
it's
fucking
only
money.
it. It was the only way.
It's the only way I can pay for these.
We got our drinks very quickly. Which Melissa and I both got Long Island iced teas, which we had anything to eat, so they were very effective.
bet.
Very effective.
Yeah.
Which again, like there's something. My system, if I'm gonna get like a good gradual buzz or drunk, it's got to be a Long Island iced tea. Because I remember for the last year in review, like I drank and fucking drank and fucking drank, never felt drunk until the very end, and I was sick.
What were you drinking on the Legend of
forgot.
Zelda episode? Was it a Long
Long
Island
Island
iced tea?
iced tea?
Yeah.
And after one of those, like I was halfway through it and I was feeling it. It's like man, I'd never feel like this with anything else but a Long Island.
Maybe
iced
it's
tea.
just that specific mixture of alcohols.
I mean,
that
it's
affects
stout.
you.
It's several. Yeah. So that's if I'm gonna feel it, that's what I'm gonna have to get. So.
LIT, baby.
Because I remember even when I was doing
Get lit.
gin, and I've been drinking tequila with various things, I never feel it at all. And if I keep going, it's like it must just be so slim, the trunk. And then I cross it. It's like, oh, you're sick. You throw it up in Dave's yard while he pats you on the back. It's okay, buddy.
I forgot about that. Yeah. It's that dwarven constitution, I think, is what it is.
Yay. Well, I heard like the red hair is actually a thing. Like it's harder for redheads to be like anesthetized.
Yeah. And I hear,
I've heard that.
I hear redheads are like super horny, and that checks out.
Yep, checks out. They're heavy and feel terrible about themselves. Yep, checks out. Checks out. All of it. Checking all the boxes.
That's just people. That's just middle-aged people.
But eventually, like we get there like 6:30. The Grand Ole Opry is just right across the street, so no big deal. We can stay here and still make it in time.
Oh man, that restaurant makes so much fucking money.
Yeah, we wait like 50 minutes. We have like 10 minutes. Still haven't gotten our food, and we're a little drunk. So Melissa flags like the manager who's like, he's walking around. She's like, I don't like him, but I've got his number. He's like that skeezy kind of dude.
Who the manager? She doesn't like the manager?
The manager that's walking around. She's like, but I could talk to the guy. Hey, Terry. And he comes over and she's like, hey, how are you? Like drunk Melissa. It's so much fun. So she talks to him. Eventually he's like, let me go get your food. He just goes right back there. He's gone 30 seconds.
And I don't like these QR things.
Brings out her food.
Oh, what a real menu, Terry.
So I got the sour braten with mashed potatoes and gravy and red cabbage, and Melissa had the fried fish platter, and we had our LITs and everything, and it was very, very good. Very good.
Awesome.
While we're eating as quickly as we can to try to make it over there, they bring out the other person, the people who've been complaining, finally bring out their food. And he gets like a sausage platter, and he's eating it, and Terry is like, you might want to take the casing off of that one. It's not very good. And the guy who's eating is just like, excuse me? I like the sausage how I want. Thank you, though. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I think the casing's not very good. I'm not doing that. This casing's staying on.
It's made of plastic, sir.
Okay. So
I am eating this casing.
Well, I'm a little drunk, so I'm like,
right off, Terry.
What kind of casing is it? Is it a natural casing? He's like, I like that. Yes, it's a natural casing. I'm like, oh, okay. So like an artificial, like there are like plasticky, snappy ones that aren't very good. I'm with you, Terry. Like, but if it's a natural casing, you can kind of eat it.
This is an asbestos casing?
The guy will not look at me. The guy who's in the sausage will not look at me, but his wife is like looking at me like, thank you. But then I get up. Melissa and I we're looking at TikToks and talking and whatnot while we're eating, and then I get up and go to the bathroom, and then she can hear that dude start bitching about people getting on their phones.
Wow.
God.
Sounds like a real nice guy.
Yeah. So then we left. We walked over. We were like a few minutes late, but they just were showing highlights of their movie careers and stuff.
So what
we didn't
does
actually
he
miss anything.
care if someone's on their phone? What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's not
They're
like
using them to not interact or bringing up menus. It's horseshit.
it just seems like a weird. I don't know.
It's people like
the
you that
Democrats
make
are
me
ruining everything.
It's people like you that make me not want to interact with other people. That's why I'm on my phone.
It's like I kind of get it. It's like I kind of get like if you're with somebody who wants to have like an interaction with you and wants to be in the moment, then it's like cool. I can set my phone down and we can talk. But it's like if it's not affecting this jerk next to me, then what the fuck does he care?
I know.
And we're like talking and sharing TikToks like, I saved this one to show you. Like it's not
right.
It's still
no,
like,
I'm not trying to imply you were both stoically sitting there
silently eating our German food back to back, looking at TikTok.
I hear this is how they do it in Germany. We're just trying to do it the way they do.
They did have some cool chocolates that you had to be 21 years older, 21 or above to buy. We almost bought it,
Really?
but there was a huge line and we didn't have time.
They don't bake the alcohol out of there.
Yeah. It was like little rum and whiskey filled chocolates and shit.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
But we get over there and they're showing the highlight reel on all because they have a fairly good main stage. Melissa and I we're in the balcony, but like in the middle, looking straight over from the balcony. It's actually turned to be pretty good.
Nice.
Because the floor level at the Opry isn't staggered, so it's like a church, just like all even pews. So you can just get behind somebody and not see
you're fucked,
shit.
sure.
Yeah. So at this point, we see all the the screens that were projected on, and then them in the main stage.
And you're behind the guy from the restaurant, right?
Which I'd never been to the Opry before, so it was very, very cool.
I've been, but I've never seen a show there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I liked it a lot. And because they came out, together, told jokes, went through, they showed a bunch of childhood pictures and what they were working on and pictures of them and Selena Gomez. And they talked about, Only Murders in the Building. And then they kind of made plenty of stuff where they just kind of rip each other. That was their big thing. They ripped each other a lot.
Kind of like they do in the show.
Yeah. So they did that, and then they each did like 20 minutes of like a solo act. That was good. I would not think that Steve Martin is 76 and Martin Short is 71 for the way they performed and moved and everything. Like, would not think these guys are that old.
Yeah.
Especially Martin Short. Martin Short was like his SNL character that had like the
Edward Grimley.
He was like, he still had that energy and movement fucking everywhere. He had like a nude bodysuit on, like Martin Short. I think he's got a pretty big dick because you could see it fucking swinging. He had his hand on it, making it look like a dick, but you could still see his dick swinging underneath it as he went across the stage in his nude bodysuit.
Well, good for him.
So,
like, what was it? Not a tight bodysuit, or was his dick just so big that
it was a very tight bodysuit.
Yeah. Wow.
Where he had drawn on muscles and a penis over where his penis should be, and then put his hand over it. I get to make it look like it, or it was to hold it down. I don't know.
Tie it around your leg. What are you doing?
They brought up because they talked about how they met on the set of Three Amigos.
Yeah.
God, what a great movie.
No shit.
They went over lines and stuff from it. They brought people on stage to reenact like the dance, and they talked about their experiences and shit. That was very cool.
And then Chevy Chase showed up and ruined the evening.
They might have said Chevy once, and the whole time they talked about Three Amigos.
I mean, it makes sense. Probably a good idea to stay away from Chevy Chase these days.
Pretty much.
Unfortunately, because I liked his work.
Yeah, me too.
And then because Martin Short did his own, Steve did his own thing. Then he played the banjo for a while. Then the band played with him for a while. He did kind of a comedy bit with his banjo that was good. But all in all, I still enjoyed Martin Short a lot better.
Really?
But their childhood photos and stuff growing up and showing different parts of their career was hilarious. And they came back together and did like a closing act where Steve Martin was like on the piano. Typically, Steve Martin played the straight man to Martin Short 80% of the show. And then at the very end, they kind of swap, and then you just got to see Steve Martin be like the jerk again in his movements, and that was very nice and very funny.
I see a lot of that in him in Only Murders in the Building,
especially that last episode.
Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
After we got back, I was like, "Let's watch this."
Oh man, he's so great in that last fucking episode when he's on that fucking cart, dude.
Oh my god! In the elevator, he's laying in the elevator.
Yeah.
And he. God, the thing that made me lose it the hardest from that entire season is when he stands up from the wheelchair.
Yeah,
the
hallucination.
And it was all in his head. He's still just sitting there going,
yeah.
God damn, that was so funny. Great show.
Yeah.
I'm really envious of you for getting to go see them because I've heard
that's all
awesome.
Melissa. She just happened to see it and she jumped on it immediately and bought tickets. They sold out like 20 minutes later.
Wow. Good.
Yeah, that place was 100% packed out, sold out.
Sounds like a really good
very
time.
Cool. But yeah, all in all, if it ever comes around again, like I encourage anybody, if I can buy tickets, go. Great.
I definitely will if we can get them because I've wanted to see their show. I've heard about it many times and heard nothing but good things, just like you're saying.
Yeah.
C. Martin's got a good book.
I loved Born Standing Up. Yep.
Yeah, it's a good book.
It's one of the first audiobooks I listened to.
Yeah, I listened to the audiobook too. That kind of stuff I always listen to the audiobooks. Like
If it's
Kevin Smith's book, I
A
listen to the
comedian
audiobook.
reading their own autobiography.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Tina Fey's audiobook.
God, Bossy Pants is so fucking good.
Yeah, that's one where it's like you have to listen to the audiobook as opposed to
It's them
reading
just
it.
telling stories. It's
yeah.
fucking best.
Yeah.
Oh, what you been up to, Dave? Anything this week of note?
Nothing that fun, for sure. But
I got back in time to see my fridge die, so.
well, yeah, nothing that bad either. So I guess somewhere down the middle. I've been playing a lot of Phasmophobia still, like a lot of Phasmophobia, like enough Phasmophobia to where yesterday I was like, yeah, I'll play Phasmophobia, and then
It's Phasmophilia.
fell asleep.
Damn.
7:30. Like I went to bed the same time Henry did, and I woke up not even once during the night. Just slept through. Woke up at 7:30. Slept 12 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, but I needed it. It was one of those where it's like I've been playing so much Phasmophobia where it's like Tuesday night, going to bed at 5:30 in the morning. Monday morning, like Monday night, going to bed at 4:30. I mean, it's just like
You needed that.
we get started and we go fucking hard. And like Sunday after stream, Phasmophobia, and then played Phasmophobia until like fucking way too late. But it's a lot of fun. They've added like a new like patch with like 2 new ghosts in it and like a new map, which is like Camp Crystal Lake. Essentially, they can't say
Nice.
it, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like there's even like a little Jason Easter egg in the map, and it's really cool and it's a lot of fun. I've been playing with Nathan and Willie and Dalton from the Steam Machine podcast, and then I know Cthusiast Jeff has been playing too, but he plays early because he actually goes to bed at a reasonable time, and then I play late like a madman. So that's been a lot of fun.
The Angry Video Game Nerd just like yesterday, the day before, put out a video of playing all of the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street Commodore 64 games.
Oh wow!
Which was like, I had no idea
Yeah,
they had those.
I didn't know
It
those
was pretty
existed.
interesting.
I didn't
Cool.
either.
Yeah.
And I had a Commodore 64. Damn, I missed out.
I bet he's on like the Commodore 64 area. He's really focusing on it now, and I had no idea how fucking weird and huge that system was.
Yeah,
It was a big deal.
Did the mini come out, or was that just like a rumor? The C64 mini.
I think it did.
It came out, didn't it?
I believe so.
I don't have any attachment to that PC at all. Like, but I hear like because I never owned one. Like, I remember even like asking my dad about it, and he was like, "No, we don't do that."
I had
Okay.
one, but it grew. I didn't have a lot of games for it, so
Yeah.
it kind of grew thin on me. Especially when the NES came out, I was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
Yeah. I got all those like I think the real reason he was like that was because he's like, I can't get you free Commodore 64 games, but I can get you free DOS games like the day is long.
Yeah.
So. And then played some more Back for Blood. We're almost through that game. Me and my
Okay,
sister
cool.
and my brother-in-law. And that's been a lot of fun. It's still like normal difficulty is still like super fucking hard. But I think we're gonna try it. It's been rough because we've been doing 3 people in like a 4-player game, so that's been kind of hard. And then I've been reading. I've heard about Junji Ito for like ever, but like I've never read any of his stuff. And he's like a horror manga creator, and because it was like Halloween, and it's also like, man, there's also this game that's out that like kind of like borrows from his style. And I was like, so I saw an ad for it. I think it's like World of Horror or something like that. It was like on itch.io, and I was like, man, I've been putting off reading Junji Ito's stuff like forever. So I was like, and there's a lot of stuff, and it's like I don't know where to start.
Is he the one who did the that hole is made for me
Yes.
in the Southern Mountain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he is. And it's like, so I was like, I don't know where to start. So I searched where to start, and I got to Google, like Google's like, hey, here's a Reddit. There's a subreddit for it. It's like, okay, cool. And then that subreddit, they had like this infographic, and they were like the chronology of his works. And it's like, okay. So, and you know me, I kind of like to do things chronologically. So I was like, Tomie is like his first work, and it's like this really, I was drawn to it because it's such a cool like not really premise, but like construct for it, because it's like it was in a shoujo magazine, which is like a magazine that is targeting girls. So and so I was like, okay, that's interesting. So this is like a famed horror manga artist and writer, and like he's doing it with girls in mind as his target audience. I'm curious how this goes. So like going into it with that attitude was a lot of fun because it's like it's a story of this girl, and I'm gonna put that in like quotation marks because she is not human. She looks human, but she like kind of operates like a flatworm. So it's like if she's got this so she's got men love her. They're attracted to her and drawn to her beauty. But when they fall for her, they have an indesirable urge to dismember her. So cut her up. Like the first issue is like a fucking classroom taking fucking hacksaws to her and like sawing her up. And so it's shown, and it's like super gruesome, and it's like, wow, I cannot believe that like this is for girls. Like, and when I say girls,
Henry's like, can I read this, Dad? Nope, it's for girls.
It's for girls. And when I say girls, I'm not saying like I'm surprised that it's done because it was for like women. Like I literally mean girls. Like I mean middle school girls kind of deal. And that's very cool. It's like so fucking like hardcore, and like it's just like this is fucking awesome. And it's like the way it works is essentially anytime a piece of her is cut off, it grows into a full her. And so she kind of like replicates.
So that's how she replicates and continues to exist.
Right.
Oh God, damn.
It's very cool, and it's like it's kind of like what's also kind of neat is like because like this book, I bought a book because it was like, fuck it, let's buy this thing for $10. It's fucking 700 plus pages. I'm like, in 2 days, I was already halfway through it.
Right.
And I mean, it's manga, so it's not like, just reading lines of text. So it's not too surprising to get through that much. But my point is that I'm just fucking chewing through it because it's so like, it's such a page turner. It's so good, and it's like so like quick to read. And it's like what's great is like sometimes characters will carry over from little story arcs, and sometimes they won't. And sometimes you don't know if you're dealing with the original Tomie, that's her name, or if you're dealing with one of the fucking like offshoots.
Copies.
And then there's a story where like two of them interact and they hate each other. So it's very neat. I'm looking forward to getting through it. So I can move on to like some more of his work because I've really enjoyed this, and I know it's like not his most like famous work or anything. Like I know the Holes one is like, and the Spiral one, like all those are like the big ones. But this is like what's also nuts about this. I failed to mention this. This ties in with like how I think it's so fucking hardcore that it was like targeted for like young girls. And it's this gruesome. It also was done in 1987.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, it's just like, wow.
Way ahead of its time.
Like super ahead of
cool.
its time. And it's black and white the way manga should be. And it's like, it's awesome.
Cool.
Like, it's really, really good.
That reminds me of two things. Number one, I should have just told this instead of the depressing ass shit I mentioned at the beginning. I've been going kind of down the Squid Game rabbit hole.
Oh, there's a Squid Game rabbit hole?
There is for me because I loved it so much that I wanted to watch more stuff like it. So I started seeking out things like it.
Are you watching Sweet Home? Because I really want to watch Sweet Home.
I don't know that one.
Okay.
I'll have to...
It's like a Korean horror thing. Horror drama.
I'll have to look that one up. Well, the next thing I watched was Alice in Borderland.
Man, I've heard good things about that. Do you like it?
Good.
Okay.
I really liked it.
Maybe I'll watch that first.
And it was less Squid Gamey. I mean, it had the same concept where they have to play games to survive, though. They weren't given the choice. They were suddenly in this situation, and they have to just keep playing these games. The next thing I got to after Squid, because there was only, Alice in Borderland, there was only one. The concept for Alice in Borderland is pretty cool. Essentially, in the first episode, there's these three guys who are friends. One of them's a hard worker. The other is a kind of a tough guy. He works at a bar. He doesn't take shit from nobody. And the other's a worthless, shiftless layabout who's a disappointment to his father. They're all best friends. And they go out and are fucking around out in this big crowd of people, and they end up attracting the attention of the cops. And so they run and run and run, and they go into the train station bathroom, and they're all hiding in the same stall. And all the lights go out. And when they come back on, everyone else is gone. The whole world is, they are the only three people that they can see for miles. There were thousands of people outside the door to the train station, and then suddenly now there's nobody, right? And then they sit around, they fuck around, they're trying to figure out what's going on, and then when night falls, this big sign lights up in front of them, says "This way to the game." So they follow the signs, and they end up having to compete in a game, and the games are all rated in difficulty. And once you cross this like laser barrier, you can't cross back, and you get all the electronics have died. Everything, there was like a huge EMP, so nothing electronic works. But when they go to check in for the game, there's a table, there's cell phones sitting there, and it says one per person. So they each get a cell phone, and it does facial recognition on them somehow. And they're explained that this is the next game. It's rated based on the suit of a playing card. So you've got the 3 of hearts, or the 3 of spades, or the 4 of diamonds, right? And that's so the number is the difficulty level, and the suit indicates what type of game it is.
Okay.
So like a spade would be a physical challenge.
Okay.
A heart would be like an emotional, like you got to fuck over your friends type of thing, that sort of thing. But it goes on like that for a little while. It's one season. There's going to be a second season, I've heard. But give it a watch if you want, if you're still in that zone.
Yeah.
The next thing that came up for me after that, I wanted to get back to sort of the root of this, because I keep hearing how, of course, on Reddit, as we discussed before the show, Reddit is
for porn and porn only.
Because everyone hates everything on Reddit.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I don't know, maybe it's just the subreddits that I frequent, but there's like a lot of negativity on Reddit.
There's a huge amount of negativity, and of course everyone's like, oh, Squid Game is so fucking derivative.
What? Really?
And Alice, all this crap, and Koreans hate all this stuff because now everybody thinks that's what Korea is like.
No, no one thinks Korea is like fucking Squid Game.
That's exactly what I think it is.
Ah, shit, they were right.
It's just,
I don't want to go over there and play a damn Squid Game.
But I wanted to get to the bottom of why they were.
That's why we fought the Korean War over.
That is why.
I wanted to get to the bottom of why they were calling it derivative. Like, what is it derivative of?
Sure, and
I found out.
Okay.
There's a movie that came out in 2000 called Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Everyone says that everything's like Hunger Games was derivative of that.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And it is. But
And
I mean,
it's a movie.
But Battle Royale is like, it's fucking students, it's kids.
Yeah.
It's not, it's a different emotional impact than like Squid Game is.
It is, and I can see how
it's combat too. It's not games. It's not like we're going to take childhood games and fucking pervert them.
it's more like
it's more
PUBG, Fortnite type deal.
And that's
because
where that shit
you kill
came
this
from,
person
right?
and you take their weapon that they got. 'Cause
It's a
they
lot
got
more-
a better weapon than you.
Like
or
Hunger
whatever.
Games is a lot more derivative of Battle Royale.
Oh yes,
than
for
Squid
sure.
Game.
And I don't know where they're getting the fact that Squid Game is derivative of this, but like all those games, the Battle Royale style games, are all kind of came from that.
Well, they're called Battle Royale.
They're called Battle Royale
Yeah.
for a reason.
That's a good
and
movie, by the way.
It is
Anyway.
a really good movie.
Yeah.
It's only a couple hours long. You can watch it for free on Amazon right now.
Oh, no shit. Awesome.
It's IMDb movies, so there are commercials, but it's not too bad.
It's a good movie.
Very good movie. And I can see where a lot of that came from, and I can see how Hunger Games, it was just, she just saw that and said, oh, I know what I'm going to do.
But see,
I'm going to make them all look like, old English royalty wearing powdered wigs and shit, the adults.
Right.
And then make all the poor children fight each other. And I can see where that is definitely derivative of Battle Royale.
for sure. But I mean, but still, like even in Hunger Games, there was, a political element to it. Like,
There was.
So yeah, I can see like the seed being in Battle Royale.
Battle
but-
Royale was more like the adults are sick of the kids being shitty to
Right.
them and said, you know what? We're going to eliminate you motherfuckers by throwing you on an island and
Right.
making you fight till the last man
And
standing.
if you want to be like a real fucking dick about it, I mean, you could be like, oh, well, fucking Lord of the Flies did it for Battle Royale. I mean, like, what the fuck? So, where does it end?
When I said I had found it.
Nothing's original. Just have fun.
Pretty much.
Just find happiness where you
I
can.
mean, pretty much.
Get that serotonin drip and shut up.
Yeah, no shit.
When I
you don't have to be better than somebody. I just want to throw that out there. You don't have to be better than somebody because
Drink a pumpkin spice latte.
Just fucking
watch
if
the
that's
Hunger
what you
Games.
like.
Look, if that's what you like, fucking do it. Yeah,
Yeah, and
Eat a well done steak, even if
Yeah.
you're wrong. If you like it, eat it.
When I said earlier that I had found it, what I meant was I had found what everybody believes to have been the origin story.
Sure, no, I
of
understand.
it. But
I'm not coming down on you.
No, I know you weren't. I'm
Yeah.
just clarifying because at the end of the day, I don't know. I don't care if it's derivative. Honestly, it's like you're saying. I really liked Squid Game, and I know it's fashionable to hate the thing that everybody likes
For sure.
but I don't give a fuck. I loved it, and I
no, I
loved
thought-
Alice in Borderland,
Yeah.
and I just think they were good on their own merit for their own reasons, even if they were similar movies.
I loved Squid Game until, and this may be minor spoilers. I don't know if I've even said this on the show before. Okay, so well, maybe I'll save it then.
Tell me later, or save it for when Tyler's seen it, because it's very easy to ruin.
I don't know
some
when
pretty
that'll be.
important
If it's a
shit.
very minor spoiler, go ahead.
It's not even minor. It's just more my opinion,
Okay.
and it's very general. I hate the ending of Squid Game. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I enjoyed it up until the very end, and then I was like, didn't like that.
It had the potential to. I know exactly what you mean.
So that's all I'm going to say.
It would have been better had they gone the other way with it.
Right.
Yes,
and I loved
totally.
it, loved 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 it. Got to the end. I was like, didn't love that at all.
I do believe it did drop the ball a little, and it's okay. It's fine
Right.
because that little quirk doesn't ruin
doesn't
the
ruin
whole
it.
thing. It's
Doesn't ruin
still
it.
amazing.
Ian, please, when you leave here, take my Vita with Danganronpa. That will scratch that itch in a video game capacity.
What now? Take your Vita and do what with it?
Play Danganronpa.
Okay.
So Danganronpa is, there's this super elite high school in Japan to where they have the best of any given skill that all attend this school, and they get out and they're guaranteed success, everything. But they also have a raffle where they'll just, the ultimate lucky kid just gets drawn at random for anybody who puts in their name. They get to attend the high school, and they get all the connections, the money, everybody wants to go to this super prestigious high school. So in Danganronpa, you're the kid who
Lucked into it.
lucks into it, and you go to the school, and it looks like it's abandoned. It's really weird, and you eventually find the other kids, like the ultimate. They're called the ultimate. So the ultimate baseball player, the ultimate singer, the ultimate swimmer.
Did any of them go to SNU?
SNU.
Yeah, sorry. It's a Squid Game thing.
Snoo.
Yeah.
I think you've mentioned this on
I
the
talked
show
about it a
before.
long
Yeah,
time ago.
there was an episode
Yeah.
on it.
All right.
And they all get locked up in the school, and there's this person overseeing it who's just like, all right, you're all stuck in here. You can live here forever. I've got food. I've got facilities. If you choose not to participate, you guys can happily live here forever. But if you want to get out, somebody's going to kill somebody else. And then all the rest of you will investigate and see if you can catch that person. If you catch that person, all right, that person, I'll kill them. They're executed on the spot in a violent, gruesome way. And then we keep going until somebody else murders somebody else. And either the last person standing gets to go free, or if you investigate and you pick the wrong person, the murderer goes free and all of you die. Do whatever you want.
So derivative of the prisoner's dilemma.
So
Well,
it is a
I'll try
very, very good, because then you have to figure out because you increase your relationships with every kind of person, and you figure out who they are, how they tick, get special items, and unlock the story and things like that. And then once someone comes up murdered, well, you have to go investigate the scene, put together clues, and then you have a trial.
Oh.
And everyone is throwing out their opinions, and you have to pick who you agree with and how to proceed and how to prosecute and
Okay.
where you're going to go. Very, very good.
I'll give it a shot. It's funny you did.
Same for 999. That's another one.
Okay.
It's also amazingly good.
Well, it's funny you bring up games that take place in Japanese high school because I got Doki Doki Literature Club yesterday. I've only gotten just a tiny bit through it because I had a busy week at work.
It's a good game.
But I've started it.
It's a very good game.
I'll keep you posted on my progress.
Please.
But yeah, you guys talking about it in that one episode really got me.
If I can give you a warning
Sure.
about Doki Doki Literature Club, just because of what you said, you give us progress as you play it, you will get to a point.
Let us know.
Well, you'll get to a point where it's impossible to stop playing it. Like
Okay.
that's like that. At least for me, I got to a point in the game where it's like, well, I'm seeing this through to the end.
Finishing this.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm going to do this.
Right, exactly. I'm committed to finishing this in this sitting. Yeah.
But it was I picked it. It's the Plus edition for Switch.
Yeah, and I don't have that,
That
so I
has
don't know what they added.
It gives you apparently. There's some extra content, I think, but it gives you apparently the PC functionality. They built it in so that you can go and delete the files or whatever and do all the stuff you can do on the PC.
See, you already know too much.
Well, I mean, I do, but I don't remember a whole lot about it.
Okay.
I just remembered that there was the point where you figured out the file deleting.
So you
thing.
listened to that episode then?
I did, but
that's been a long time ago
since it was new.
Okay, all right.
At least. So I didn't go back and re-listen. I do remember bits and pieces, but it's stuff that I won't remember until I encounter it and be like, oh yeah, I remember they talked about this.
Right.
So it's
Okay.
cool.
Matt Pat does a great breakdown of everything Doki Doki Literature Club because the game being free, until the Plus version,
Right.
is basically it kind of steals a little bit from like Five Nights at Freddy's where there's a lot of little clues and shit and, stuff you can decipher and see where the story is and where it's going next.
Yeah.
So Doki Doki is the same way. And like Matt Pat is the thing where he got in, his whole team, you can go in, you can access more files and more shit and breaks down that it's basically, you can kind of piece it together that it's teasing a bigger release for a different game with these characters in it.
Okay.
It's like this is like an alternate dimension using these characters that it kind of alludes to, like the girls will eventually in the game, the girls will start saying stuff that might not make sense, but if you put it in certain context for clues that you find, they're referring to this other game.
work.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it was only like, I want to say it was like $12.
Nice.
$13. It wasn't very expensive.
That's worth it.
It was
That's
less
totally
than
worth
20. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was a worthwhile investment. I did get to spend some of my little bonus on myself, and
All
I
right.
bought Doki Doki because it was on my list.
Nice.
Had a couple of $60 games in there too. I was like, broken heater.
Man.
Gonna go for that Doki.
Dude, I haven't bought a full retail game in a fucking minute.
Yeah, I'm trying not to. I get antsy.
You go on that kick, and I've got Danganronpa 1, 2, 3, 999, Virtue's Last Reward. I got you set up on that kind of game forever. You're
All right,
good.
cool.
You don't have to buy anything for a while.
There hasn't really been anything out that I've wanted to buy, honestly, like, especially in the full retail range. Like, I know people are loving Dread, but Metroid's not really my bag. So,
Right.
it's kind of one of those where it's like, I can skip that for now. And then,
I've actually been
eventually.
holding off for that Animal Crossing DLC.
Yeah.
Not the paid one. I don't care. I'm gonna get it because
Mm-hmm.
it comes with. I got the expanded Switch Online thing, but the last free DLC, the last free update to the game is like November 5th, and they added a bunch of shit.
yeah, there's like a whole fucking
Yeah.
long ass video about all this
There's
shit.
like
that they're adding.
shit on Harv's Island now where there's different shops and different.
I haven't played in so
stuff.
long. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I keep my island up.
Yeah,
still.
that's great.
I'm looking forward to that DLC. It looks fun.
I bought Dead Rising for $5
There we go.
on Steam because
yeah.
I was going to my Steam library the other day and I was like, I have Dead Rising 2 and 3, but I don't have the first one. I don't have my favorite Dead Rising game.
I remember watching you play that fucking 15 years ago.
Fucking Dead Rising is like, I know it was like polarizing when it came out, and I'm sure that it probably doesn't hold up as well as I think it did. But I mean, like, Dead Rising was one of those games. Like, you and I have gotten into this before, and I know that I've said, like, when we're talking about like Fallout games, and where it's like you can do everything perfect in a Fallout game, and it's like, you can get like your reputation with all the other factions and they don't care and it's all good. Dead Rising is like the opposite of that. Dead Rising is like, it is possible to play a perfect Dead Rising game, but it's like, it is possible
By the time you can do it, you're not going to have fun with it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's legit. I mean, it's like,
I've never played those games.
they're fun. I haven't played the fourth one, which I really would like to play it, but it's like, I looked it up the other day and it's like, man, it's still too expensive. It's like, if I want to get a physical copy of it, I don't know. I have to like catch it on like a deep discount or something. Like, I know that like people say that it's like the worst of the series, and I know it happens at Christmas time, which I think is really neat. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe I'll buy it around Christmas.
I got lost last night down a BioShock remastered rabbit hole.
No shit.
I just decided I haven't checked out the remastered version. And
Yeah, I haven't
started
checked it
playing
either.
it. And I turned around to Bliss. I was like, God, I forgot how fucking good this game is.
a good
That
game.
is on my list as well on my Switch.
That's a good
to
game.
Get that one.
Man.
God, I love BioShock. I was on. Was I on a BioShock episode?
I know
the
the
show.
first one we did in Atlanta with Jacob. So you might have been maybe on.
Or maybe no. I think I remember it was my first episode. You asked me about my favorite games, and BioShock
okay.
came up.
Okay.
But yeah, man,
Yeah.
those are
I'm glad to hear that holds
very
up.
good.
I played through until I got to Neptune's Bounty just sitting last night, and it was just like, oh, it's 11. Fuck. Okay.
Oh man, yeah. That's great. I think it's great that you're playing that again.
Circus of values.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you want to knock out this Natsume Championship Wrestling?
Yeah.
Real quick?
Yeah.
If the audience hasn't noticed by now, it's been a minute.
I mean,
An hour and
couple
11
hours.
minutes.
We haven't talked about it yet because
I enjoyed our talk. They probably did.
I enjoyed the talk too. I mean, this is not a threat, but I do have things to talk about.
Oh.
The wrestling game.
Yeah.
So I mean, not to scare anybody, but I mean, I got shit to talk about.
Okay.
The game. Do you guys hear that?
Yeah, I hear that.
What is it?
That sounds like Chris Benoit putting somebody in a cross-faced chicken wing and then murdering his family. I just watched a TikTok about it, like right before we started, that somebody posted where it's
Sure.
like, this is unfortunate, and it's like,
And it's a video of Chris Benoit murdering his family.
It's like it's a randomized scene from like a SmackDown video game or a Raw video game, and it's Chris Benoit and the Undertaker. And the Undertaker's like, your family's gonna regret what they see you do, or some shit, just random dialogue. I was
Oh
like,
no!
oddly
Yikes.
prophetic.
Ouch.
yep.
Of course, I hear Chris Benoit murdering his family, which ushers in a segment that we like to call Dave Reads from Wikipedia. Natsume Championship Wrestling is a 1994 Super Nintendo Entertainment System video game that was released in North America.
That's why I don't do the. Did you hear that?
Despite Chris Benoit's wishes. This game is widely based on a conversion of Zen Nippon Pro Wrestling Sekai Saikyo Tag, which translates to All Japan Pro Wrestling World's Strongest Dash, which is a Japanese video game, believe it or not, for the Super Famicom, based on the All Japan Pro Wrestling promotion. When they ported this, they did not keep any of the licensing from Japan. So like all the characters, that's why all the characters in this game have really stupid names like Hungry Snake.
Hungry Snake.
That's Hellbop's favorite.
The only one I might have done 4 hits of damage with in this fucking game.
Okay, so this game is a wrestling game, and right off the bat, I want to let everybody know, if you want to have some kind of like, if you want to see what this game is like, I uploaded a gameplay video to the TADPOG YouTube, so you can check it out there. It's a full long play of me finishing the game with Asteroid.
The fact you saying that you finished this game blows my goddamn mind.
Finished it twice.
Fucking two.
You are a new level of gamer to me, because
Yeah.
this game destroys destroyed
No shit.
me.
No shit. Me too. I'm not.
Dave and I talked about this privately.
I played
as well.
as every wrestler and lost every fucking time. Hands down, no contest did
me
nothing.
too. I would get in there and they would fucking throw me around and punch me and like get me in all kinds of holds and like
Grapples.
I mean, I couldn't fucking lay a finger on them.
Yeah.
And to the point where I tried it and I was like, you know what? I'm not streaming this. I normally stream the games.
That's what I thought. I checked it out after the fact, like uninvited. Oh, I wonder what happened.
I played uninvited instead because I kind of got to a point, and this is probably going ahead from here on out, where it's like, I only stream one time a week. I'm just going to play what I want to play. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And it's like, I know it's nice to have like a preview of like the gameplay of what we're going to talk about, but that's one of the reasons that I did this long play and uploaded it to YouTube. So if you want
That's a good idea.
if you want to check it out, we do have a YouTube channel where Backlog Banisher Dane puts all the episodes on there. And then there's also this long play if you want to see what Natsume Championship Wrestling is all about. So, yes, I kept getting my ass beat, and I was like, fuck this. Jesus Christ, what even is this game? And then I kind of went on with my fucking day, and then the next day, Monday, I was like, man, there's got to be something to this. And so I looked it up on YouTube. I was like, how to play Natsume Championship Wrestling.
Just play a game without knowledge. Be a man.
Yeah.
Don't look up a tutorial. Be a man.
Right, exactly. So I definitely looked up how to play.
Get frustrated and quit. Be a man.
Be a man. So I found that's a great TikTok account. If someone doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, look it up on TikTok. It's great. Have diarrhea every day. Be a man. So I did a search for it and I found a horrible YouTube video that's 7 minutes long, full of fucking nothing. Like the only information I got out of it was you could press left and right to go left and right. It's like, okay, great.
So I mastered that one now.
And so the video was so bad that I was like, to the comments. I want to see what people are saying about this horrible video. So I go to the comments and top comment was like, okay, this is how you play the game. And I was like, oh, okay. And they were like, here's the thing. In order to win grapples, watch the wrestler's feet. As soon as the feet come out, press the button. Press any button. And whoever presses the button first after the feet hit the ground wins the grapple. I learned that bit of knowledge, fucking won every single match in this new game that I started. That's literally all it takes. To the point where this game is actually very, very super boring because of how easy it is. I've never played a game that has like this mechanic. It's so like the grappling mechanic is so important, which I know it's a wrestling game, of course it's going to be important, but it's so important that it's like, and so easy to master that it like goes from playing the game and being able to do nothing to be just destroying every opponent that you like come across in the ring.
It reminds me of one of my favorite Foxtrot comics. So Jason is trying to play a game. He's played it for weeks, hours, every day for weeks. He cannot beat this boss. Cannot touch him, cannot do any damage. He doesn't understand. He's frustrated. And Paige is like, let me try. Jason's like, yeah, whatever. I'm going to go to the bathroom. When he comes back, it's gone. He flips the fuck out. How did you beat this? You're a girl. You don't play games. This is stupid. What did you do? Let's walk past it. So you tell me that story exactly, conjured that exact fucking comic in my head. Like, oh, okay. It's just, that's that simple.
To me, it felt like the fucking Matrix because I'm like getting my ass whooped, and then all of like literally, I read that fucking sentence on a YouTube comment, and it's like I'm the one.
I know Kung Fu.
I'm throwing dudes out of the ring. The only thing I couldn't figure out was. I had read on because even before I went to YouTube, I went to GameFAQs because I was like, what the fuck? I gotta like, how do people play this
Snatch
game?
Drunk's synopsis wasn't even that.
Oh, I haven't watched his.
Yeah, he's just like, this game is hard and really not worth mastering, even if you do. So
It's like I've never played a Fire Pro Wrestling game, but from what I've read through my extensive research is that it plays a lot like the grappling mechanic plays a lot like Fire Pro. Have either of you guys played that?
No.
Okay.
Jacob has talked a lot about it, but I've never played it.
So from the way I understand it, it kind of like in Fire Pro, there's not just you have to watch the wrestler's feet, but there's an audio cue for when you're supposed to press the button. And whoever presses it first after that cue wins the grapple and can do whatever the fuck they want. And that's the problem is when, like, if you're button mashing, which I absolutely was
That's
doing.
what
That's
most
how I
wrestling
started.
games do. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've never played a wrestling game. I should also say that.
I test the strength or whatever that you see. It's always been like just
I
hit,
see.
Hit X. Hit X over and over and over and over.
Okay,
until
yeah.
You win.
And I play that sumo wrestling game, but that's a little bit different. This is like the first like actual like, I guess I would say American style wrestling, but professional wrestling game that I played. No, I went in mashing too, mainly just because I didn't know what to do, and you will absolutely lose if you go in button mashing.
Oh, without question. I told you I got in and I played for 5 minutes and just got my ass handed to me
no
over and
contest.
over and over. And you messaged me if I played it, and I said no. And I even went and looked at GameFAQ, like you said. I looked at the control scheme. And it's like you hold this and press this button to do these moves. I'm like, how are they even doing it?
Right.
There was nothing in there about that timing. And then you sent me that comment that you clipped from YouTube, and I was like, okay, but I didn't. And I meant to go back in just to see
if it works.
if it works for me.
Yeah.
But I didn't get a chance to. But yeah, that's weird. It's a weird little.
It's a weird mechanic, and like so after the fact, I read the manual, and like I might have missed it, but even like in the manual, it's like, where is this information? And I mean, it's like seriously, how did people know how to do this back in the day? Because I mean, it's like even playing this game on easy against the AI, not knowing that little bit of information, it's like, holy shit, this game is fucking impossible.
That's why I was like, I'm gonna try the big guy. Nope, got my ass handed to me. I'm gonna try the little guy. Maybe it's faster. Maybe I can win it. Nope. All right. Well, maybe there's some. Nope.
It's
every time the
ridiculous.
exact same thing.
So impossible.
It got to the point I
ridiculous.
would just like slide out of the ring and run around it till I lost, and I'd pick another one. Like,
Awesome. You can stay out of the ring for 10 seconds. I don't know if that's what it's really like in pro wrestling or
It
not.
is.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
unless it's a no holds barred or whatever match where you can do that.
Yeah.
But
So the thing that I couldn't figure out for the longest time was on GameFAQs, they have a control for climbing the ropes. And I'm like, that seems fucking awesome. They say go to the turnbuckle and press up and A and you climb the ropes. And I fucking tried it. Didn't work. It's like, okay, I'm doing something wrong. And then when I was looking at the manual earlier today, I was like, oh, and the manual's pretty nice. They have like full move lists. And like, so like a lot of the moves are standard. Like there's a punch, there's a kick, you hold down X and you run.
There's an Irish whip.
There's an Irish whip but you have to do that. You have to initiate that from a grapple.
Right.
So it's like, there's kind of like this flow chart of like what you can do depending on what the current situation is. Because it's like if you're running, you have different attacks than if you're just standing still. If you're in the middle of a grapple, you have different attacks than if you're running or standing still. So I think that's really neat because it's like they've taken it like a really this is complex. I mean, there's like a lot of complex like.
It's like Mortal Kombat, knowing all the different move sets and the different things you can do under different circumstances and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I honestly, I think even more complicated than Mortal Kombat because I mean, like there are like at any point in time, several conditions where it's like you're either running, you're being thrown, you're in the grapple, or you're standing still, or you're in front of someone who's stunned. And I mean, it's like, so like all these different conditions mean that you can do different things. And it's like, that's really cool. And the fact that they did this on like a 6-button control configuration, I think that's really awesome. But it's like, so anyway, I was reading the instruction manual and I was like, oh, well, this guy has moves for climbing the turnbuckle. And as it turns out, certain characters can climb the ropes and certain characters can't.
That makes sense because you didn't always
You don't see the Big Show
big
climbing the
heavy
turnbuckle.
guys
Right.
climbing the turnbuckle, right?
And it is. It's typically like, I can't remember his name. The names in here are fucking ridiculous. Oh, it was M. Roach. M. Roach could climb the turnbuckle, and he's a little guy.
he's like 5. I mean, he's my height, but yeah.
I mean, for wrestling, I mean, right? 5'9" is kind of small for wrestling, right?
I think it's like That'd be your weight class or whatever, depending on, because most of the time those guys are high flyers, lucha libre types.
He was. Let's see. I've got their stats.
All right.
He was because I remember him being 5'9", because I remember being like, "That's how tall I am." All right. But then I looked at his weight and I was like, I don't weigh that much, because it was like 285 pounds.
I do though.
You could climb the
So
ropes.
me climbing the turnbuckle.
So yeah.
I don't weigh 285, by the way.
I mean, I don't fucking know how much. I don't know how much anybody weighs. I'm like the opposite of like when you go to the carnival and they guess your weight, because I have at any given time, I don't know how much I fucking weigh, let alone somebody else.
I tried not to know that information.
Also, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Happily married doesn't matter.
But I mean, like, especially like unless you're wrestling. So yeah, he can climb the turnbuckles. The smaller characters can climb, and then they can jump off. And it's like, there's just a lot of fucking, once you figure out the timing on that thing, and I mean, it all hinges on that. It's so weird that it all hinges on that, and they don't tell you that. Because yes, going in blind is a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they don't, as far as I know, include instruction manuals for the SNES Online games
They don't.
on the Switch is like, what the fuck are you doing? Who knows how to play this obscure wrestling game from 1994?
Nintendo had to just be like, all right, we're going to put our good shit in here. We got to fill it out. What can we get for a
Absolutely.
half cent? Just half cents for anybody. The Jalico collection, perfect. Put it in there. Anything else I get for a nickel? Yeah, Natsume Championship Wrestling. Go ahead, throw it on.
But I agree. It would have been so nice, just as a whole. There's been plenty of games on the Switch Online that I can't figure out how to play because there's no manual. It would be so nice if they'd have had like when you select it, have an option,
could
read
easily
manual.
do that.
And you could toggle through the pages and
For sure.
it'd be easy. And it wouldn't take that much room. It'd be the size of a fucking PDF or whatever, you know.
And I found the I know I've mentioned it before, but Peebs is a streamer who's got like an archive of SNES manuals, and he had this one. So I just read it there on it's linked on archive.org. But yeah, I mean, even like when the NES Classic and the SNES Classic came out, Nintendo had manuals on their site.
Yeah.
So it's like I've done searches, and it's like, where are these manuals outside of the archive that Peebs is keeping? And it's just like, it's ridiculous because this game is impossible to play without that knowledge. I mean,
That's true.
It really is. It really
it's
is.
a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare.
It's a fucking nightmare.
It has multi-tap support, which I think is really neat. You can have 4 people playing this game simultaneously, which means you can have a tag tournament essentially of 2 teams. I think
You could
that's
have 4
really
people
neat.
not know how to play, come in and have an it-style gangbang of just trying to figure each other out for a while, just in a big guy pile.
So there's round robin. I don't know what that means. Probably people know about sports and wrestling probably know what that means. But I mean, that's essentially it. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to this game. It has 3 difficulties, easy, medium, and hard. I only played it on easy. So I know I just griped about how easy it was. Maybe I should bump up the difficulty, but hold on, not that brave. And I don't honestly like.
I value my time more than that.
Right. and it's like, hey, all due respect, honestly, to like, I know there are a lot of people in the nation who like wrestling. Ian, Tyler, I know that you both do. I know there are, Leva wrestles, Brooks wrestled, and it's like, I think that's awesome. It's just not a thing that I ever got into.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those where it's like, it would be rough for me to replay this game just because on that fact alone. It would honestly be like me going back and playing a hockey game, where it's just like, I don't really understand hockey at all.
Doesn't scratch an itch for you.
Sure. But I don't know. I might like the wrestling game. I liked this. Okay. Honestly, I liked it way more than I thought I would like it.
I didn't like wrestling games very much until the PlayStation. I never really played any SNES wrestling games. I was not into it at any degree back then. So not until PlayStation 1, playing SmackDown.
Yeah.
And
I've heard
even
great
then-
things about that one.
Even then, like I didn't even play I played a little bit of No Mercy at like a friend's house. That's supposed to be the the holy grail of wrestling games is No Mercy. But outside of PlayStation, I never really picked them up ever again.
And it's not been a genre. I like wrestling, but I don't. It's not the game. The genre of game has never really appealed to me that much. I played a few in my time. I don't even remember when or on what system, but that's just not a thing for me either. I just don't dig on that style of game.
I learned things about wrestling from playing this game. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like an Irish whip. I didn't know what that was called.
You
until
said
I played
turnbuckle
this
with
game.
confidence. It was
You did.
Turnbuckle,
You did.
yeah. And I mean, it's like
Last week you asked me about, or the week before we were talking about Owen Hart. You
Right.
asked me, wait, what is the turnbuckle?
right.
So now, yeah,
Like,
there you go.
and like I'm learning.
Yeah.
And that's learning's fun. There is like
So we learned about wrestling and about the daddy long legs not being a spider.
that's
All right.
that's true.
Educational.
You can let those fuckers bite you as
Podcast.
much as you want.
You can tease them. Just go in there and poke your finger at them.
Your wife can come home, you're covered in daddy long legs. It don't fucking matter. You might smell weird. Granddaddy long legs, I associate a weird smell with them, and I don't know if it's this is why. When I was 7 years old, we had a garage, and it was fucking like so many granddaddy long legs in there. Like so many. And that garage smelled.
It's like a lemon party in there or something.
It was so many granddaddies.
What do you call a bunch of granddaddy long legs? Lemon party.
A lemon part. That's the communal noun.
like a murder of crows
Right.
type of thing. Yeah.
A lemon party of granddaddy long legs. Not to be confused with a lemon thief of magpies. I can't remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah, just
The
learning
smell of
wrestling.
den-
Oh
yeah.
right, yeah. So I just associated that smell with granddaddy long legs. I don't know if they actually smell or not, but they probably
In
do.
a group, yeah, I can. I'm bad. Not bad.
Isn't it weird to think about like you being able to smell an insect if there's enough of them? Like there's something like honestly, truly horrifying about that to me. Like
So anytime there's a new smell, just have to think: is there a large amount of insects I'm not
insects?
familiar
Yeah.
with around me?
or and I know daddy longlegs aren't insects, so let me rephrase it. Creepy crawlies, I
There
think,
you-
as they are scientifically known.
Tanya's grandfather he was an auto body guy, and he had his own auto body paint shop. And of course, he had 100 rusting cars out in the backyard. You know, he's going to get around to painting one of these days.
Oh, yeah.
I never met him. He died long before.
Oh, I don't know
That's how
anything
my
about
dad
projects like that.
Right. But she said that he was a real asshole. And he used to, apparently, they would get so many granddaddy long legs in the cars and shit out back that he could pick up like a bushel of them with his hand.
No, like a ball of them.
Like a big old, just a wad of a lemon party.
Oh
lemon
yeah,
party
lemon
of
party of
granddaddy
granddaddy
long
long
legs.
legs.
And he'd throw them at her.
Throw them like a Hadoken. Hadoken.
And she wouldn't see it coming, and she'd have these fuckers crawling all over in her hair. and
Childhood
shit.
trauma.
Yeah, it was traumatic.
no
she
shit.
fucking hates those things, even though they're basically harmless,
Till this day, she can't paint a car.
right? But she said she makes the comment all the time when she smells paint fumes that
triggers that.
she thinks
memory.
about Granddaddy
Yeah.
Longlegs because he fucking
Ugh.
abused her by throwing
No
balls
shit.
of Granddaddy Longlegs at her and would laugh. Ah, ha, ha, ha. It's like, she's 8.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you think you're going to accomplish here? What a dick.
Yeah.
My dad threw a dead spider on Josh one time, and he just burst into tears.
Oh.
Your dad or Josh? I'm so sorry I did that. I was so mean.
It's dead, Josh. You look at it. Oh my god! And we were in my waterbed watching TV, and Dad just walks in with
no.
a dustpan with a dead spider on
Oh,
it.
God.
And I feel like I mentioned that Josh was scared of spiders, so he just walks
Oh,
in.
no.
Hey, Josh, and flips it on him.
Oh.
And Josh just paralyzed.
Oh, no.
Tears rolling down his face.
Oh man.
So eventually, Dad, like half amused, half sad, got it back
Yeah,
off him
he
and
should
left.
feel bad about that shit and say, I'm
Jesus.
sorry. I feel like that's a thing.
Oh,
that-
that's not.
no. And I feel like it's a thing that adults did not do when we were children.
No, oh, no, no, no.
Never apologize
Oh, no,
to
no.
a child.
No, 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 no.
It's a sign of weakness.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, so my boss got on to me that for apologizing to somebody in an email.
Oh, yeah?
It's like, you never apologize in an email. Okay.
Should I go to their
I won't apologize to you in any more emails. I'll make sure it's okay.
Yeah, when it's work stuff, this was like because of Apex. Like, I mean, I remember like Justin telling me, "Don't tell him you're sorry.
Never.
Never tell him you're sorry," because it implies that something is
Fault.
our fault.
Yes.
And it's
Like if I miss a meeting, I missed a meeting. So it's like, hey,
I'm
sorry
I
about
missed
that.
meeting.
Yeah.
No, but what I would say, and it's complete bullshit, but what I would say is, thanks for being patient. I'll catch you at the next meeting.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Because like you're just fucking trained to talk like that at the office. So it's like, I guess I get where you're coming from because I've definitely had that kind of talk in my past too.
We'll touch base next week.
Right.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, I'll circle back around on that. When it's like, why can't we just talk like, I don't know, people with emotions and feelings instead of just fucking robots who sit at a desk?
We'll circle back on that next time we touch base and see where we land.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you.
There's this video on TikTok I watched today that some dude, he said, I wake up every morning hungover and immediately join my work meeting and then start saying things like, we'll just have to circle back on that and touch base later and see where we land on
Let's
a whole
talk,
string of these things.
let's
I'm
talk
like,
more
oh.
offline.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like the
Ping me later.
exclamation point sandwich, where it's like first sentence has an exclamation point, second one has a period. Thanks! Exclamation point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, work. Fun.
Anything else about wrestling?
I mean, I could go on. It just depends on how long you want me to go on about the game.
I'm probably not going to play it.
It became a game to me where it was one of those where it was like, see how long I can string moves together. Because that kind of became the only fun of it because it gets old very, very fast.
Yeah, I see that.
Very fast. It's very...
Yeah, it's like once you figure out that trick, it's
gameplay's the
you're
same.
God. Yeah.
Gameplay's the same across the board. The ring never changes. The music changes, I guess, depending on who you're fighting. But it's like very forgettable music.
It's the difference between Under Pressure and Ice Ice Baby.
Ice Ice Babies. Yeah. I mean, like I didn't even notice the music was changing until I fought someone, and it was like wildly different, like different enough where I was like, oh, are there different tracks in this game? Because all the rest of them just fucking blended together. But yeah, the fun came out of like, okay, if I'm in a grapple with this guy, if I body slam him, then his head will be near me, so I can punch him in the head so he's stunned and get behind him and do like a sleeper hold. And then I would try to figure out how to chain into something else from that. And it's like, I'm not used to playing games that have like an energy meter because I'm used to fighting games where it's like you just have a meter that depletes. And once it's done, someone's dead. This was like your meter.
You start at green and then it works through yellow and red and it goes down when you're pinned.
Right.
Yeah.
And like your moves are more effective the lower their energy is.
Right.
So it's like it's harder or maybe impossible to pin somebody when their energy's green. But like when it's fully depleted, it's like you're probably going to get them. You're probably going to pin them.
Kind of like in like Punch Out, where
Yeah.
they're gonna when you knock them down that first time, they're gonna get up.
Right. And it does work like
But
Punch
after
Out.
you've been beating on them for 3 minutes or whatever it is, that one last right hook is gonna just send them to the mat. you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And it's, it's okay. It's okay. I went from like absolutely hating this game to thinking that it was okay.
Yeah.
So in my book, that's like, all right, okay, that's a win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does sound like they put something into it. It's just that one thing that I was not aware of and could not overcome on my own.
I couldn't either.
I don't know what to do here.
I tried a lot. Could not do it.
Yeah.
There's 12 wrestlers. Honestly, like they don't look different enough to me. They don't have a lot of personality to me.
No.
It's just, and I get it
And
because
there's
they're
no
based
fun
on
of being anybody you know of.
right.
Or,
And see, that wouldn't ping for me anyway. But I mean, like, I guess because I don't know. I guess because no one in this game is wearing an outlandish costume.
Right.
Like a dude has a mohawk. Other than that, everyone just kind of looks like a normal person. You know what I mean?
Pink
And it's-
Speedos, green Speedos.
Right.
There you go.
And it's like there's even like two of the wrestlers, they look kind of the same. They're even wearing the same color shorts, but like one's just smaller than the other one. So when they're grappling, when they're a big fucking man ball, it's like, I don't know who's winning this. Like,
Speak the magic to me, Daddy.
and then like someone's getting thrown, someone's getting Irish whipped, and I'm like, it takes me like a second to be like, is that me or who got thrown, me or him? So.
Or you whip them across the bottom of the screen and they run all the way around the outside of the ring, all the way across.
What's that?
You could stop yourself from running all the way across.
Man, I don't know. Some of it's fun. I could see it being more fun playing with actual people, but everyone has to be on that same field of play. Like everyone has to like know the trick in order for this to be fun for anybody. This is definitely a game where it's like an older brother would never tell the younger brother the secret and just fucking throw them around.
Do you have any achievements?
Yeah, I have a couple achievements that didn't come in from Twitch chat because I played uninvited instead, which, by the way, was pretty good. Didn't finish it. Right. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Maybe pick it up some other time. Dr. Drunk, like, he came in and like knew a bunch of stuff about that game, so that was super helpful. Yeah, I have... Oh, man, fuck. Sorry. Before we get to that, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but in between the matches, there is one screen of dialogue of shit talking.
The one where I lost 12 times. Yeah. I guess it is not my day today.
I know. Oh, dude, it's so fucking awesome. Like, here's one. It's great. Now, you know who's number one. I hate to fight with this guy. I mean, it's just so just like...
Jeff!
Yeah. You idiot. Yeah, it's very,
Nico's dead.
Let's see.
No.
From video games?
From video games. This one's my favorite. This is when you beat Hungry Snake as Asteroid. Snakey, don't snake around or I will kick your butt.
Okay.
Hungry Snake's reply, I will beat you next time. So I'm used to like...
It's Laffy Taffy comedy.
It is. It is. It's like the Family Circus WWE or something. It's just all very lamely wholesome, honestly. But it's like, hey, Viper, you forgot your diaper today.
Perfect.
I have to admit that he has become a good wrestler. Is his response. So I don't know.
I have to admit he has taken my diaper. I have no more diapers left for my day. It is unpleasant.
So it's all that. It is like, it's funny to me just because of like, in contrast to like shit that I've seen, like, you know, the kayfabes and like all that shit where it's just like, oh, this is totally different. I don't know if it's like a 1994 thing or if it's a cultural thing or if it's those two things together with just bad localization.
Right,
like I don't know what's going on here. But whatever the recipe is, it's fucking hilarious.
When I pinned you, your skin smelled bad.
You are good at writing these. You are very good at writing these. You have a gift. Oh, God. Yes, I do. I have some achievements that came in from my mind. First achievement, Rope Bunny. In order to unlock Rope Bunny, go immediately from an Irish whip into a submission hold. Which is possible. There's a great move you can do with some of the wrestlers where it's like you do the Irish whip and then you wait for them to come around, you hold A, and you just scoop them up like a baby. You just scoop them up like a baby and slam them down.
Nice.
And then the second achievement I got is Red Cyclone hits Tokyo, 11 injured. In order to unlock Red Cyclone hits Tokyo, 11 injured, finish the game and beat all 11 opponents without losing a match.
Very good.
That is a Zangief reference because I wish he was in this game. But of course he's not because this is not Capcom. Do you guys have any achievements?
I've got one. No, you come over here and lose a match by standing outside the ring to the count of 10.
Okay, so I was curious if you could do this. So I'm glad you brought that up. It seems like it doesn't matter who's outside of the ring because like the ref will start counting. And then it's like, so if I would get out of the ring and the ref would start counting and then the opponent would follow me out, I would get back in the ring and the ref would keep counting. So is it possible to like make somebody lose by like waiting until the 9th count to get back in the ring?
You might be able to.
Now I should try this. It's pulling me back in.
I've seen WWE matches one like that.
No shit, that's
knock
funny.
about with the chair outside the ring when the ref's not looking, slide back in. Well, DQ'd by being outside for.
Okay. I think this game would be a lot more fun if it had a story, especially because we don't know these characters.
Yep.
It would be fun if it was like, and this shit might exist. This might be what Fire Pro is. I don't know. But if it was like an RPG of sorts where it's like you make your character at the beginning and then like he has a story and then like all the opponents have their stories. And it's like, so that you create this drama, fictional drama, you know, localized inside the game kind of thing. I think that could be fun.
Yeah.
I think this would at least make this game more interesting.
No, and that's how most like the PlayStation games are. You make your own character and you play through a storyline and
Interesting.
shit like that, yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'll end up liking those. I don't have any correlation to the real world wrestling, you know, so I don't know if that would lose me or not, because I don't know how much of the reason I like the idea of starting it from scratch is because like I don't need to know anything coming into this. I can just learn it as I go, because I don't trust a licensed wrestling game to teach me what I'm supposed to know about the characters. I think that they're just like, we know who's buying these games, and it ain't that dude who doesn't know anything about it.
yeah.
Do you have any more achievements,
Nope. I think that's it.
Ian?
No, none for me. I don't feel like I warrant an achievement because I didn't even play it very long.
Well, sorry to talk so much. I feel like I've like talked a whole bunch.
You figured it out. I'm glad you did.
I just-
as opposed to us for 5 minutes, we went, nope, couldn't beat it. Fuck it.
Well, I don't know. I get excited, you know, and it's like talking about these games, like even when I don't really enjoy it, is a lot of fun for me. So that's kind of why I get real talky. Whenever I edit and I'm scrolling through, like I'm scrubbing through to be like, everything sound good? I'm like, it's me talking. All right, scrub through. It's fucking me talking again. All right, scrub it. Oh, it's okay. It's me again. So I'm sorry.
Don't be.
Wait till Suikoden 2. It'll be fine.
Do you guys want to guess how much this game is? If you were to buy Natsume Championship Wrestling loose, how much do you think you'd pay for it?
Was this one was an American release, right?
This had a North American release. Believe it or not.
I believe it.
Believe it or not.
George isn't at home. I want a wrestling game where you choose from like the cast of Seinfeld. This game needs a ROM hack where I can play as Elaine and fight Newman.
She could climb the turnbuckle.
She could definitely climb the turnbuckle. And then she does the devil horns when she's up on the top rope. Putty'd be pretty good.
Except they're doing little kicks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sticking her thumbs out.
Oh, I want to play as Jay Peterman. Not like Jay Peterman after he goes to the jungle and goes fucking crazy. That's the Jay Peterman I want to play.
Feral Peterman.
Malaria Peterman, yeah. Feral Peterman. He's got bone claws.
I don't know. I've never heard of this game before.
Yeah, I hadn't either.
I don't know how popular it was. I'm going to say it was probably uncommon. I'd say $15.
$15? All right.
Probably a little lower, like $9.11.
$9.11. What time is it?
Fucker.
For all the rest of Ian's episodes, I will be guessing $9.11.
It's 8:24.
It's 8:24.
Wouldn't it be weird if Ignition Factor was 9/11 just because of the whole
Because of all that?
Yeah.
Or was that on? That was. Did we talk about that during?
I just mean because it's a firefighting game that definitely had the Twin Towers in it.
Yes.
Actual retail value.
For somebody who listened to this episode without listening to the ignition factor, that sounds really weird what I just said. Why do you make it 9/11? I don't understand.
So weird.
And they start asking what time it was.
I thought that was last week's
I think it was last
that
week.
we talked about the 9/11.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway, yeah.
Which was Poppin' Twin Bee.
Poppin' Twin Bee.
Poppin' Twin Bee. Poppin'. Actual retail value of Natsume Championship Wrestling for the Super Nintendo, loose, on average, according to PriceCharting.com, is $37.
Damn.
37 cents. 37.
That's a high price tag.
Is it worth it?
No,
It's-
I wouldn't say so.
It's super not worth it. Unless you are a collector and at Tadpog Prom, you want to bring a Super Nintendo and a multi-tap and not tell 3 other people how to play the game. Then it'd be $37 worth maybe.
Yeah.
Just to see drunk people get upset.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. Man, getting Josh Edwards good and drunk and then beating him silly in this game. Mwah.
Having the $37 right there. I'll go ahead and pay it in advance. This game is very uncommon.
Okay.
So almost a rare game. It, according to Flopsy, aka the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Monster Mold Mike, which, by the way, it's not really the Ultimate Nintendo Guide, is it? It's more the Ultimate Pat Contry Guide to the SNES Library, right? It
Ultimate
seems-
Contry and Friends.
Yeah, Contry and Friends. It's like Garfield and Friends. Contry is Garfield and everyone else is U.S. Acres.
Yep, exactly.
This review...
Or Nermal.
I always liked Nermal.
Kai is normal.
I never had a problem with Nermal.
Yeah. I always liked Nermal because he brought up the worst in Garfield.
Yeah, exactly. This dog I'm fucking keeping is the Nermal to my money penny.
Oh, God.
I
Yeah.
think that's the way this is right now.
Garfield would just drool over Nermal because Garfield
Or
would
more,
eat
or actually,
Nermal.
he's more like she is more like Odie.
Odie.
to Penny, and Penny's definitely Garfield. Sorry, go ahead.
You need to take your dog Army out and go look for that pit bull now.
I know,
That's what
right?
you need to do.
Blake sent me a picture of his son posing with all of his Garfield books because he loves Garfield.
Oh, yes?
It was just the caption, "I fucking failed as a father."
I need to know what the pose is. Can you describe it to me?
Like you would think. I think he's like leaned over with his arms in
Nice.
front of like all the books.
Hand,
Like,
hand
does he have
on
a
chin?
little bubble pipe?
Oh, that'd be great. It's a Garfield bubble
He's
pipe.
grinning very happily.
Does he have a Garfield phone? Because I still want one of those. Do you have a landline? Could
Oh,
we
there we go. He's actually laying on his side, like a senior picture,
Like on the hood of a car?
Yep, with his Garfield books.
Yeah, those aren't the long
Those don't
boys.
look like the
yeah,
ones I used to have.
I
had a
remember long
bunch
boys.
of those.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, here's one. Garfield, pot belly full of gold. His 50th book.
Whoa.
50th.
a
I
lot of
still
books.
have Garfield at large, the first one, the red one, where he's not drawn right.
Nice.
And they
I don't
quote,
have that one.
What?
anymore.
He's
somewhere.
funny.
Was that his senior quote? Was that photo taken on a Monday?
I hope so.
Hey, I like Garfield as a kid, and I
did too.
I still watch the Garfield Halloween special every year. I mean, that's like a thing that I still do.
Or you mean the thing that's sad, the saddest thing in the world, second only to that Futurama episode?
Oh,
Isn't-
the Futurama episode's super sad. What's sad about
Isn't the Garfield Halloween special sad? Doesn't he like get separated from Odie or something? Or is that the Christmas one?
Oh, that might be the Christmas.
There's a sad
The
one.
Hawaiian
It's like
special is kind of sad when that guy drives the car into the volcano.
Yeah, I remember that one. No, the Halloween special's not particularly sad.
Okay, it
It's
must be Christmas then.
Christmas, I think what happens, there's a moment in the Christmas episode where they I think Garfield discovers like a blanket or something that belonged to like John's dad or something who's now dead and gives it to his mom. And like there's this moment where it's like, oh yeah, he's dead. And then like, no, it's John's grandmother.
Okay. Well, in the one I'm thinking of, Odie runs away. Odie runs off, and Garfield and he's responsible for it. Garfield does something that makes Odie run away,
He throws the ball. I know what you're trying. He throws the ball at the door and then shuts the door.
and
Odie never comes back.
And Garfield's at first he's thinking it's awesome, but then he actually realizes he's super upset about it, and so he sets off to find Odie and they're playing this really sad music the whole time. It's like a montage, and I remember seeing that when I was a kid.
I don't think I've seen that
It's like
one.
really upset.
Or if I have, I've forgotten about it.
There's that one episode where Garfield has a lasagna and he sells it to get Arlene
I thought you were
a
just going to say.
toothbrush.
I thought you were just going to end it there. There's that one where Garfield has a lasagna. Period.
He has lasagna. He sells it so he can buy Arlene a toothbrush for her giant
For her
teeth.
one tooth.
For her
one giant tooth.
And then Arlene sells her teeth to buy Garfield a nice lasagna pan.
I'm sorry?
It's Garfield's gift of the Magi.
The Halloween special is the what should I be? And there's like this whole like song about like what Garfield should dress up as, and they decide to dress up as him and Odie dress up as pirates, and then they go trick or treating, and yeah, it's fun.
Speaking of these guys at work today were harassing me. They're saying I should dress up like Kid Rock for Halloween
Okay.
Oh,
because
why?
apparently I look like him.
Oh, no, I don't think
I
you
don't
look like
think
Kid
that's
Rock.
right. And Steve Buscemi. I think do I look
No.
like Steve Buscemi?
You look more like Steve Buscemi than Kid Rock. Don't
That's
take that the
good.
wrong
That's
way.
good. No, I take that the
But I still don't
best
think you
way.
look like either of those people.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get off on that tangent. I just thought it was that you mentioned Halloween costumes, and I just brought that. Somebody brought that up, and it's like y'all are just picking on me because I'm the old dude in the crowd. I think
Yeah.
dress up like Kid Rock.
You should now.
I should
And like
totally.
lean into it 1,000%. Like just you are Kid Rock for that
Just
day.
channel Kid Rock.
And like, but see, you'd have to go to the office, so never mind.
So no, I'm not
one
gonna
would
do it.
You go to the office and fight them physically.
You're right. You want to know what Flopsy said about this game?
Sure.
What do you think the rating for this game, Natsume Championship Wrestling, was in Flopsy?
I bet these fuckers liked it okay.
Okay. The way you said that.
Yeah, 3 stars.
3 stars? What do you think, Ian?
2.5.
It is 3 stars. Well done, Tyler. I'm okay with that review. I think it's more of a 2. And I honestly don't think this is a bad game. I do think it's really shitty how much the game relies on
That one
mechanic. And I get it. Like I said earlier, it's a wrestling game. I feel like the grappling in it is probably where the meat of the mechanics should be. But still, it's kind of... They just need to let people know how to play the game.
Right.
Because it's super frustrating if you do not know that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just maddening. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
thank you for stroking your beard.
You're welcome.
If you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would give it the extremely bloody beard of one Cactus Jack competing in the Japanese wrestling leagues.
Cactus Jack is a wrestler.
Mankind, Cactus Jack,
Mick
Foley.
Mick Foley, the wrestler, has 3 different personas he's wrestling.
okay.
He's the one I told you they threw him through the cage and he landed on a bunch of thumbtacks.
Okay, him. Okay,
That guy.
all right,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He did a long stint in Japan doing hardcore wrestling. Like they do the hardcore fucking almost like torture porn wrestling over there. And that's where like he got, I guess, sort of got a bigger start and cut his teeth, literally. So there are pictures of him like fucking splayed open as Cactus Jack in the wrestling leagues over there.
Like literally splayed open.
Like his face is just open and bloody, blood streaming down into his beard, where tacks fucking sticky in his back and barbed wire in his skin, and
Pain Olympics.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
that's
guy is walking scar tissue by
Yeah.
this point.
yeah.
You know?
His doctor compared him to an alligator after he
Oh,
retired. Yeah.
that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Your doctor say.
How's my back? It reminds me of an alligator.
How's my back? Sir, you're an alligator. What are you doing here? I'm a human doctor. Who would win in a fight, Cactus Jack or Kangaroo Jack? Kangaroos are pretty strong. Keep that in mind.
That's true, and you can't go near one in the water.
Is that right?
It's true.
I saw that on TikTok.
didn't
Where
drown you?
if you see a kangaroo in water, do not approach it because it will absolutely drown you. It's luring you there to drown you.
Wow, it's like a Japanese ghost.
Yeah. An Australian water ghost.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's a Latin name for a kangaroo.
It's like what the quote was like. They're devastatingly good at it. So like they'll
Wow.
just with their feet and just hold you down until you drown.
Holy shit, man. You know those like kangaroo, I don't know what they call it, squads or packs, whatever they travel in. Lemon thieves, whatever, what have you.
Those whores.
They have, yeah. they have the I think they call them bruisers. And it's like, so like every one of these packs has this like fucking alpha male that's like when you see like, I don't know if you've ever seen photos.
like
fucking jacked kangaroos. Like, I mean, like for real, like holy shit.
Like bodybuilder kangaroos.
That kangaroo looks like The Rock. What?
Yeah, I've seen those too.
Fuck that noise.
I believe the term is a didgeridoo of kangaroos.
I think you're right. I think that you're right. Hippos also. Don't fuck with a hippo. Hippos are dangerous.
Hippos will straight fucking murder you.
Hippos are dangerous as fuck.
So dangerous that was a domain in 3.5 D&D. The hippo domain that you could use to turn and control hippos.
Oh God, I don't
in the
remember
desert
that.
setting. Yep.
Oh wow. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a pair of glasses, it sums up how you feel about it. What kind of glasses would it
The
be?
glass shard stuck in Cactus Jack's back
Oh, he's back.
whenever he was thrown through large pieces of glass.
Like panes of glass.
I remember like large, like huge panes like you would see comically walking across the street.
Right. Like in the Back to the Future NES game.
Yes,
Right.
everywhere in the
Yeah,
back of the
right.
NES game.
So many windows. There must be so many greenhouses in Pleasant Hills. I can't remember what's the name of the
Pleasant Valley.
There you go. Thank you. No, not Pleasant Valley.
Hill
Ian-
Valley.
Hill Valley.
All right.
Cactus Jack would win because he would wear out the kangaroo. He could get beat up by the kangaroo until the kangaroo just fucking gave up and said, fuck this. And
Or he could submerge himself with only his eyes showing, tricking the kangaroo. Hey, there's a fucking alligator in that water. I'm going to get the fuck
there you
out of
go.
here.
Yeah.
Does this belong on TADPOG's Top 100?
No.
I think that's a solid no for me as well.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. That's it. You guys have any
All right.
final thoughts on Natsume Championship Wrestling?
You want to see what we're going to play next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Go to this batter up peripheral. Plug it in. Do it wild and crazy kid style so my no-no hole is pointing in a random direction.
I want to point out we have 4 games remaining to do for
Perfect.
this little mini segment that we're
Okay.
doing. 4 games left.
4 games.
I think. It's 4 or 3.
We'll see.
Pretty sure it's 4.
So I'm going to go ahead and say the prayer we all love to say. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop.
3. Any guesses?
Perfect.
3 is the magic number. I hear.
Trying to think if I remember anything that's even been on it.
Takes 3 to make a tricycle.
Plock.
It's a good guess. It is Super Valis 4. Super Valis 4, which is a game I've heard decent things about.
Okay.
I've never played a Super Valis game before. I think it might maybe have its roots on like PC Engine or Genesis. I don't know.
But there's Val Valis, who was the elemental feat of wind in Final Fantasy IV. So
Val Valis? Oh man, I don't remember. I need to revisit Final Fantasy
it,
IV.
it changed in all the other reboots.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
What type of game is it? Do we know?
Sounds like a shooter.
It does sound like a shooter.
It's not. I've only seen like a little bit of this game, and from what I've seen, it kind of looked like a Castlevania-like.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know,
right.
so don't quote me on that. Like if you get into it and you're like, this is not like this is a shooter.
Find out 2 things. Dave's allergic to bees, and this is a Castlevania type thing.
If you get into it and it's a shooter, please know that I wasn't trying to trick you. I'm just an idiot.
Fair enough.
I have some more questions for you guys if you have the time.
Please. I'd love it.
We have a quiz that came in from one Ross Rachel Green from across the pond entitled 90%. Ross begins, "You crazy sons of bitches, you'd have aced your first quiz if you'd listened to the Wizened Sage. Anyway, the seasons have definitely turned. It's officially autumn. It's dark when I wake up. It's dark when I go home. It's pissing miserable most of the time.
It sounds pretty good.
I do like that.
It's proper shit."
That means it's good over there, though. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
so. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. It's what bad means good. It's one of those. So, yeah. I'm also going to visit family back in the metropolitan home city next week, so that at least will be nice. 50 to 41 this week. Enjoy. Are you ready? 50. This game has 500 special edition copies released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance.
What?
This game has 500 special edition copies released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance. The Brave Little Toaster? But that's not a game. Is it or is it? I know we haven't played it. It probably exists.
50.
500 special edition copies released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance. All right, let's name kitchen appliances.
Stove, oven.
Stove, oven. Are
microwave, blender, refrigerator.
Do any of the games, any Super Nintendo games, feature a kitchen appliance? Perhaps one that was mentioned? Dishwasher? This has to be a weird tie-in that we just don't know about.
Is the original Earthworm Jim with the refrigerator you launch at the very beginning?
He already used Earthworm Jim.
We did?
Last
Yeah,
quiz.
it was last
Okay,
week.
I didn't know if it was 2 or 1. Okay.
No, and we've definitely used 2 already before. So
Okay.
it's that's a good guess because you do launch a cow with a fridge and Earthworm Jim.
But that was it Earthworm Jim or was it a sequel?
No, we used Earthworm Jim too because that was on one of the quizzes where it was like you have a booger in your backpack essentially.
yeah.
Was Secret of Evermore on the list?
No, Secret of Evermore was not on the list. We just did that for funsies with Miller.
I remember your dog's like a toaster at one point or something when you're in the future.
Secret of Mana, that's on the list, but
Yeah, it's like a top 20, I think, right?
it's probably up there.
500 special edition games.
Special edition copies
Copies.
released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance.
Where's Zombie at My Neighbor's?
I have no idea. I don't know where it is on the list. It's on the list though.
I think you got it, though. I feel like now that I say that, I feel like you said something like that.
Oh, on a previous quiz,
Yeah.
that was an answer.
So it's got to be something that is in the game.
I don't know, honestly, that it does, because I vaguely remember in an episode being like, this is a weird piece of trivia because it doesn't have anything to do with the game. I honestly think it might be one of those where it's just like, what? They released this with dishwashers, but I don't know what the fuck it was.
500 special editions released around an appliance.
Released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance. So I think it was like I don't know. My guess is R-Type 3. Which probably was already an answer.
I feel like I should know whatever 50 is.
Yeah. I mean, that would be halfway through the list. But I really do think that this was like some kind of weird tie-in that like just doesn't have anything to do with the game.
Right.
Yeah, shit, I don't know. You want to skip it and come back?
Yeah, we can skip it and come back. 49. This game takes place in Diamond City, north of the protagonist's hometown of Peacetown.
Shit.
Shit, indeed. Diamond City, north of the protagonist's home,
Fallout 4.
Peacetown. Ooh,
That sounds like a Western. Could it be
it does. We've already done.
Sunset Riders was already called?
Yeah, we've already
right?
done Sunset Riders. I don't know what other Western themed games we've played.
All right, skip it.
Ooh, this quiz, hard quiz.
Yep.
48. This game features such weapons as bazooka, ice pops, silverware, and crucifixes. This is Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Okay.
But now I'm concerned because we've used it before.
Maybe we guessed it more wrong.
Okay. But these are definitely all weapons in Zombies Ate My
Okay,
Neighbors.
yeah,
So
let's go
even
with
if
that.
it's wrong, we're right.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
Logging it in. It is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Fool. He wrote Zombies Ate My Neighbors. 47. This game featured 8 minigames. I thought he was like a protagonist name. I wasn't bagging on you. This game featured 8 minigames, such as the Great Cave Offensive and Milky Way Wishes. This is it's the Kirby game, isn't it? This is
Oh. Dreamland 3?
I don't think so. I can't remember the name of because there's that mini game collection, that Kirby mini game collection,
Superstar.
Kirby
You're right.
Superstar.
You're right.
We're good with this.
Yeah, good
All right,
call.
Locking it in. It is Kirby Superstar. Okay, 46. Ross, this is a fucking well-crafted quiz because like
After we got all those right, now he's cranking it up.
well, and also we're getting to like super well-known games now, so it's like in order for him to get us, they have to be like really
He's got to do some obscure shit.
yeah. Okay, so 46. This was the first game in the long-running Story of Seasons series.
Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon. I love it.
All right.
Good?
Yeah.
Logging it in. Harvest Moon. Well done. 45. In this game, you pilot the Vic Viper Starfighter. Now, I get my space shooters mixed up all the time, but the Vic Viper is definitely a space shooter.
Yep.
I do not know if this is Axelay.
It's not Axel.
We guessed Axelay.
Okay.
We had Axel last week.
So.
And it was an answer.
Okay. R-type.
We've guessed the third lightning has already been one.
Okay. There are definitely people screaming at their phones right now.
Yep.
Because
The
Vic
Vic
Viper is
Viper.
like that's like a name.
Yeah.
But I'm just not this is not my genre, so
What was it again? Would you read the whole question, please?
yeah, absolutely. In this game you pilot the Vic Viper Starfighter. So what are the shooters we haven't mentioned yet? If we've already done Axelay, already done R-Type.
Maybe it is our type. Maybe we guessed it and guessed it wrong before.
I don't know. Don't second guess yourself on my account because I really.
Because I'm just trying to think of any other space shooters and nothing's coming to mind.
Yee.
But Gradius has already been said.
I don't know that it has.
I don't think that it has. I think it may have been a guess, but I don't think it was an answer.
So I feel like we played one of those games for the list.
I know that we did Gradius Demons of Death when we did the NES series. I don't know if there, but I was about to say I don't know that there is an SNES Gradius, but that makes
It says did it say you pilot a ship?
yeah. The ship is named Vic Viper.
Okay.
Yeah. But you pilot a ship in Gradius, right?
Yeah, because I was just thinking, is it Metal Warrior somewhere around here?
I don't remember.
What was 50 again?
We don't know.
We don't know.
What was
we passed.
what was the question on 50?
That was the one about the 500
special edition.
special
copy.
edition
Okay,
copies
so it's
released to
not-
commemorate.
I feel
the
like
kitchen
Metal
appliance.
Warriors might be one of those ones we passed.
Okay. All right. I like Gradius for this. I mean, because I don't know what else to say. I mean,
Yeah.
if it's not R-Type 3 and it's not Axelay,
Otherwise, I know nothing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Gradius, logging it in.
Sure.
It is Gradius 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Fucking
Take it.
Fucking
Fucking
count
take
it.
it.
Phew. Well done. 44. This action RPG features multiple endings with a secret ending after playing through the New Game Plus. This action RPG features multiple endings with a secret ending after playing through the New Game Plus.
Action RPG in the 40s. Not Zelda, not Secret of Mana, not Secret of Evermore. What games had the New Game Plus?
Did any of the...
'Cause I didn't know New Game Plus until Chrono Trigger. to be
Yeah,
perfectly
same.
honest.
What is that? What does that mean?
New Game Plus is where you can start a new game, but you can carry over certain things from the old game. Like sometimes it's your level, sometimes it's items. It's kind of like you carry something over from the
I
previous
see.
game.
Okay. What about Earthbound? Is that a thing?
No, not an Earthbound.
Earthbound's the top 10.
Oh, okay.
What about the Enix games? The Quintet?
Yeah. Soul Blazer, we've guessed. Illusion of Gaia, we've guessed. Terra Enigma's not on it. Another action RPG. Yeah, with a New Game Plus. I have no fucking idea.
Where was Secret of Mana on the list?
It was high.
It was higher
Yeah.
than 40s. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I
I want
have
to say
no
it's-
idea.
I want to say it was a top 10 or top 15.
No way. It was a top 10, maybe top 15.
Maybe. I mean, I'm just going to be
Maybe.
way up there.
No, I don't think it was.
You don't think it was?
that high up. Because I remember playing it at your old house,
Okay.
So if that kind of gives it a range of when it was, because I remember going over to your house and us talking about like like essentially just griping about the radio menu. But I don't remember where we recorded it.
I don't like Secret of Mana at all.
I know, yeah. And I don't know that it has a new game plus, but that would be my guess, but because that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Try it.
I have nothing better at all.
Unless you want to pass, and maybe it'll come back. All right, Secret of Mana, logging it in. It is Demon's Crest. Demon's Crest.
Demon's Crest. I thought that was way lower.
I also, maybe I'm confusing it with something else. I personally wouldn't consider that an action RPG. Tyler's on his phone looking up episodes. I am. Don't look up anything in that range.
I just want to see. I'm looking at Demon's Crest just because I want to know.
Yeah. And I'm looking it up in Flopsy. Okay, so
Demon's Crest was.
That's what I thought. It looks like it looked in my mind, which is like a fucking. It's like a. I guess it's a side-scrolling action RPG.
It's 44. Yeah, that's on it. But yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was way more down the list.
All right, you got us. Next question, 43. This game features multiple side characters such as Bo, Karn, Gobi, and Mogu.
Breath of Fire.
1? Okay, logging it in. It is Breath of Fire 1. Next question, 42. This game is essentially a remake of the developer's previous game, 46 Okunin Monogatari, the Shinka Ran, which was released for the PC which was released for the PC 9801 in Japan. I have no idea what this could be. The Shinka Ron, which was released for the PC 9801. I don't know what that is.
Because Hagane wasn't on the list at all. Trying to think of very Japanese games.
And we've already missed Pocky and Rocky 2.
Yep.
That was already an answer.
Yep. Metal Warriors.
Yeah. I'm good with that. No, I think that sounds great.
Because that could be on the that seems like it could be on the PC.
Absolutely. Metal Warriors. I'm going to lock it in. I love it. It is. I still think it's a good guess. Mm-hmm. It's Evo. Search for Eden. I never, ever would have gotten that.
Nope.
41. This game begins in the outskirts of the Zetaginen Empire, 24 years after its founding. Zetginen, Zeteginin.
Oh, that's definitely Metal Warriors.
Shoo.
I don't know.
Shoo.
I got no idea.
Good Lord. The outskirts of the Zetaginian Empire, 24 years after its founding. Dude. Tactics Ogre, March of the Black Queen.
Have we
already done that?
I think we got that one right.
It seems like it would be weird to be 41 as well. Because that's kind of high up there.
That's pretty high.
Then I have no idea. That's my only guess. No idea. Maybe it's like is there like an RTS game or something that we haven't done yet? I mean, I know it's not Populous. You guys think it's SimCity 2000? Or is this some kind of RPG? No idea.
No.
None.
Metal Warriors in space.
Metal Warriors, locking it in.
Why not? It's going to be one of them.
It is Ogre Battle, the March of the Black Queen.
For real? What?
For real it is.
Damn, you
Ogre Battle.
You were right. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I thought that was way down the list.
It surprises me that it's 41. And plus I said
I thought Demon's Crest was too, so I'm way off.
And plus I said Tactics Ogre anyway, so it would have been wrong. You want to go back to 50?
Sure.
This game has 500 special edition copies released to celebrate a certain kitchen appliance. I'm going to guess Shaq Fu. Not on the list, but I'm still going to guess it.
Special kitchen appliance.
Metal Warriors.
Metal Warriors. Let's just make
Metal Warriors.
It's a toaster. It's like the episode of Wings wherever they're playing Trivial Pursuit and Lowell keeps guessing Anne Margaret for every one of them. And Rolly's like, why do you keep saying that? It's the answer to one of them. I know it is. I played this before. I know I Marcus one of the answers.
Metal Warriors.
Metal Warriors.
Locking it
not?
in. It is Yoshi's Cookie. I guess an oven. I guess.
Or an oven mitt. Well, that's not an appliance.
That's not Yoshi's Cookie.
Okay.
49. I don't know about you guys. My spirit's broken.
Yep.
Just 'cause
Yeah.
I have Metal
Okay.
Warriors in this one. 49. This game takes place in Diamond City, north of the protagonist's home town of Peacetown. Metal Warriors.
Metal Warriors.
Locking it in. It is Super Bomberman. I never would have gotten that. I think maybe through Diamond City would have been
You
like
don't
the
so
only
much play
way.
those games for the lore.
We have been soundly defeated, good
That
sir.
was fucking rough as shit. That was real rough.
Polar opposite of last week.
Yikes. Okay.
First Dane, now you, Ross. Fine.
Yikes.
Fine.
Yeah. Ross is like, I like the cut of this Dane, guys. Jib.
No shit.
Fuck, marry, kill. Man, what if these are
I was say,
equally
these
as
better
hard?
be easy, Ross.
No, what if the three options are answers to questions that we're going to have to like. In 1976, this game came out for the obscure British system. The main character, okay, fuck, marry, kill.
The Wallace and Gromit 9000 video game is.
Dude, I'd play Wallace and Gromit 9000. Sounds pretty cool. Fuck, marry, kill. Crash Team Racing, Diddy Kong Racing, Chocobo Racing.
Fucking kill them all. I don't give a shit.
Kill them all.
Try them all. Throw them in a leg with a kangaroo. I don't give a shit.
Let Kangaroo Jack sort them out.
I've never played Chocobo Racing.
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Kill it.
I've never played Crash Team Racing.
I like Crash, so I fuck it and I'll marry Diddy Kong.
I like Chocobo. So I'm gonna marry Diddy Kong Racing. Diddy Kong Racing is a good game.
Yeah, it is a good game.
Diddy Kong Racing is a good game.
I'd like to see it
I
on
could-
the
I
Nintendo
could
Switch
play it.
expansion.
So,
Yeah, it would be nice to see Diddy Kong Racing on
I
Nintendo Switch Online.
I have a lot of hours in that.
would be
game.
fun to play,
That's a good
yeah.
game. So I'd marry that one too.
I would marry that one, and then between Chocobo Racing and Crash Team Racing, I like Chocobos
Crash
more than
has
I
that
like
cute
Crash.
girl Bandicoot, so fine.
What's her name? Cindy Coot.
Fuck whole Bandicoot. fuck this old coot.
I'm gonna fuck Chocobo Racing. I'll kill Crash Team Racing. I don't know. I haven't played either of the two, so this is not a
Yeah, I'm with Tyler. I'm fucking Crash killing Chocobo.
okay. You know, when they announced the next Chocobo Racing, I watched a lot of the internet being like, Final Fantasy Racing, what the fuck? And I remember being like, thinking this, guys, these fucking games have been around for a long time. And it's like, I don't know if there's something different about this one, but like Chocobo Racing, like I remember like, I think PlayStation being like, nah, I'm not going to play that. Like PlayStation 1.
Yep.
Anyway, fuck, marry, kill, peas, carrots, sweet corn.
It's hard because I love peas, but only if they're paired with mashed potatoes. I don't like peas so much on their own.
Canned peas fucking suck.
I like LeSueur peas.
Is
That's the only kind of pea I like in a can.
Yeah. But I just mean like, but you just eat them straight out of the can, like warm them up?
Yeah.
Like, or do you
and
don't
I
do
dump
anything?
them on mashed potatoes, yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't like,
Mini LeSueur peas in the can are good.
'Cause, like-
other kind like just the green giant peas, fuck that.
and I'm not saying that you can't like get them out of the can and then dress them up, but I just mean like, I don't, just straight out of the can, I don't like peas. Can you guys tell me what sweet corn is? Is that just corn?
Just
What is
corn.
sweet corn? Okay.
It's just corn.
I'd say not cream corn, so just regular corn.
It's like corn that's just
Okay.
been put in a can.
So it's okay.
It's just corn.
So it's yellow corn.
Yeah.
Or is it different? Okay.
It's yellow corn.
All right, yellow corn. I do like corn a lot, but I always feel guilty when I eat it because it's like this is just a vehicle for butter because like
butter and
corn
salt.
has no fucking like nutritional value to it. But I like it.
Just kind of a laden starch, yeah. Yeah, I like carrots too,
The raw carrots,
especially in a. I could do a raw carrot, but I like just carrots in like a pot roast.
Yeah, in a stew.
Yeah,
And I do like a raw carrot. I like the little baby carrots.
Yeah.
Dip them in some ranch and
Yeah, I like carrots in Thai food.
They go with a lot of everything.
Yeah, And I mean, there's peas, obviously,
Matchstick
in
carrots,
Asian
salads and shit.
cuisine.
Good. Okay, yeah, I'll marry carrots. I'm gonna fuck corn, and I like peas, but I have to have mashed potatoes, so I'm gonna kill peas.
See, I love corn and mashed potatoes. Peas and mashed potatoes also good, but like I don't know, man, mixing that corn in there, I like that too.
It's a really tough call for me on all fronts because I really like all of these things. But really the harder call for me is whether or not to marry or fuck peas versus corn. But I think or versus carrots, excuse me. So I think I'm going to do the marry carrots, fuck peas, kill corn.
The healthiest option.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the healthiest option. I'm gonna kill peas. Out of those three, peas have to be made unhealthy for me to like them. I don't really just naturally like.
See, I do. I love them.
And I'm so envious of you because like I wish that I loved peas.
Like I even like the canned ones.
Yeah.
Versus even the fresh ones that you buy frozen and you steam them and they're little crispy.
I like them when they're crispy. I
Like
do
Asian
like
food
that.
peas.
Yes.
I do like a wasabi pea.
I love a wasabi pea. Wasabi peas, very good. But I mean, they're all dehydrated. So I mean, it's like you might as well be eating.
Salt.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of that whole corn thing we're back in, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I do like peas a lot in Asian cuisine because they're not
fried rice and everything.
Yeah, they're not mushy. That's what I don't like about peas. They're mushy, and because I don't, it's like their flavor just like slacks on my tongue,
Yeah,
and
I
it's
get
like
that.
I can't like. It's just on there. It's like I'm forever tasting it because it's just like glue stick on my tongue.
So if he was specifying canned peas, you'd be out. But
I'm still gonna murder peas.
murdering
Regardless.
peas.
Yeah,
A fresh snow pea in a stir fry. Okay.
I do like that.
We
a
should
lot.
probably look at this as that it's all three canned varieties.
then carrots gotta
Oh,
go. 'Cause
carrots,
I
yeah.
fucking hate canned carrots.
Yeah, canned carrots fucking suck.
Especially when they put all that sweet shit in there and make them all
canned carrots
nasty.
suck real bad.
It's got to be a raw carrot or a fresh carrot that was
Steamed
cooked or
carrot.
steamed or cooked into something like Asian
Grated.
food, but never a canned
Just trying to
carrot.
look at them in the vast varieties that
Yeah.
the three are cooked is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
so I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
we have to look at
Okay.
one straight variety
right.
for all
If
three.
that's the case, I'm marrying peas, fucking corn, and murdering carrots. If it's canned, that's
Yeah.
the way I'm going.
Well, I'm gonna kill carrots. I'm with you on that front. I'll fuck peas and I'll marry sweet corn.
Okay.
Does it change your answer at
No,
all,
I keep mine
Tyler?
the same.
Okay.
Good.
Good question.
It was a good question. Fuck, marry, kill. Waking up after a long sleep and feeling refreshed. Waking up after a power nap and feeling refreshed. Waking up and finding out you still have several more hours to sleep.
Only the last one is real. The first two are not.
I would marry the third one where you wake up and
They're all
realize
kinda
you
good.
still have hours to sleep. I'll wake up, go pee, and be like, "Oh man, it's like 2:30 in the morning.
But-
Dave's still playing that fucking game of his, but I'm still asleep. I'm
Stupid
going
ghost
back
game.
to sleep." That's what I'm marrying. I don't know how those other two feel either, Tyler. I've never felt rest. I never feel rested when I wake up from either a nap or
Power nap is not a thing for me. It does
Yeah,
not
I don't even
exist,
get to
never
take a
happen,
nap.
will never happen.
I got to murder that one.
The power
and
nap.
then because that's the least realistic.
I
for
can't
me.
even wrap my head around it. My
Yeah.
dad would do it all the time growing up. Set the oven timer for 20 minutes, go take a nap, get up, and then go. Like I don't understand it.
Yeah, so it's
It's like trying to describe a new color to me. I can't picture it.
I'm fucking the refreshed after a full night's sleep, marrying, waking up, and finding out you have several hours to sleep, and killing power nap.
What I've just learned about you is that you are an optimist because when I wake up in the middle of the night and see I have several hours to sleep, I don't think, oh man, I have several more hours to sleep. I think, fuck, I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm not going to be rested when I wake up. So I'm killing that one.
Okay.
Because every time that happens here's what happens. I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm either like, fuck, I'm not going to be well rested, or I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to go play a video game because there's no point in me going back to sleep because I'm just going to like
toss and turn.
Toss and turn.
Fight
So-
it. Yeah.
Fight it, exactly. Which is not true. It's just my brain is like, yo, dude, go do shit you like.
Right.
You only sleep to function.
You
It's-
can now. Go ahead.
Right, it's fine. You woke up. I guess it's morning, right? Let's play.
If I have, there's a threshold that if I cross a certain threshold, like I wake up and I don't get back to trying to go back to sleep soon enough, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Then I'm up the rest of the night,
Yeah.
like tossing and turning. And the thing is, I won't get up and go do something I want to do. I'll just lay there and suffer, which
Yeah.
is just me. I don't know why.
They say you're not. Yeah, they say you're not supposed to do that. And in all reality, like when I say that I look at the clock and it's like, oh shit, I'm not gonna feel well rested. I'll be honest with you guys. I have absolutely no problem getting back to sleep. Like, I mean, it's just.
Usually I don't either.
But looking at that clock and being like, fuck, 4 more hours to work. You know, it's like
Yeah.
only have 4 more hours as opposed to, all right, it's not wake up time.
Right,
You
right.
know, like my brain just isn't. I wish I could train my brain to be like that and be like, fuck, man, at least it's not 7 o'clock yet, as opposed to fucking 4 more hours. It's going to be 7
Right,
o'clock.
right.
Because generally my sleep will, while my medicine is at its most potent, I will sleep 3 or 4 hours. Those first 3 or 4 hours come successively. And then after that, I wake up almost like clockwork every hour and a half. Every circadian rhythm that completes, I'm up, I have to pee, I go back, sleep for another hour and a half, get up, pee.
No.
And then the closer I get to 8 hours, then it becomes an hour and I'm up and I pee. 45 minutes, I'm up and I pee.
Oh, good Lord.
So I would say resting and sleeping all night and feeling refreshed, I'll marry that because that's the thing. That's the white rabbit I'm chasing and trying to grab.
Yeah.
Waking up and knowing I have more hours of sleep, I experience that a lot.
All the time.
But it is still a nice feeling whenever like, oh, okay, I can still have 2 more wake up cycles before I have to go to work. So I'm going to marry that and I'm going to kill the power nap thing. I don't get it. No. Yeah. If I do manage to nap, which if I've stayed up or gotten like 3 or 4 hours of sleep, I can manage to nap a little bit, and I feel like fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
Like the worst I felt in my fucking life.
Well,
if I
that-
nap
I
for a
love
little bit.
taking a nap, but I hate waking up from a
Oh,
nap.
I feel so terrible.
It's a bad. I avoid it if I can because But also, if I sleep in the middle of the day, if I sleep for 10 minutes, I will be up for 2 extra hours. I will not sleep well.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
here.
I can power nap. I do have that ability. I'm not bragging. It's just a thing.
You've got a good sleep ability.
I
You're
don't.
like Brave Fence from Musashi. You just lean back.
It is, yeah, it is true. I can sleep. It's a gift. But it's like even I can power nap and it does work, but it always feels like rolling the dice because it's like I can take a 20-minute power nap and wake up and be like, holy shit, I feel great. But every now and then there's a critical failure where I wake up and it's like, oh, and I wake up more tired
Right.
than I was. And it's just like, I don't know what that fucking alchemy is.
I think you
know?
have to hit a REM cycle.
Yeah.
If you hit a REM cycle, then you're refreshed.
Well, there are definitely times where I don't, and I pay for it, and it feels just like 20 minutes wasted. So I guess, fuck that because it's still better than waking up and being like the dread of the next day weighing on me when it's like, oh shit, it's 3 hours away. And then I'll marry. Nothing is better than getting a good, like, fucking long ass, like, refreshing sleep.
That's what,
And-
for something so essential to everything in your life. Why is it so fucking hard?
I know.
It's
Why
like-
does your body fight that thing that we need probably more than the second only to food and water? You know,
And like this is what Melissa was talking about, like breastfeeding. She was like, this is something my body is made to do, and I need to do it, and it's the best way for me. It's free. Everything about this makes sense.
Yep.
But it sucks.
Yeah.
It's painful, and it's hard to do, and it should be just like your body should be on your side to get it done,
Right.
but it is not.
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, and I don't know if like the other thing is like I just fucking abuse my sleep cycle. Like it is just like it deserves it, and it doesn't. But I abuse it anyway.
That's how you keep it submissive to work for you.
Sometimes I throw a dead spider on my sleep cycle just to laugh at it.
I've got a brat. My sleep cycle's a brat, and I still can't punish it. It always fights me. It doesn't work.
It's a Bratz doll.
Yeah.
That's it. So Ross, thanks for the quiz. I really enjoyed that. Man, that was hard. Sorry, listeners, for having you scream at your phones because I know you knew the answers to all of them, right?
Probably.
That's it. Is there anything else?
Talk about what we're gonna play. So that's it.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify, Google Play, TADPOG.com, all sorts of places. Just fucking Google it. Fucking Alta Vista it, fucking Ask Jeeves it. You can find it wherever. Bing it if you want to. I don't give a shit.
Chandler Bing it while you're at it.
Bing, go for it.
See if we care.
Let's see. So if you want to send us something, you send that to TADPOG Studios, Care of Nicole Dance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002. You want to call us? 270-883-2555. We've been on Facebook or soon to be Meta. We all Meta. You can find
I can't even right now.
You got TADPOG for your general announcements. You got TADPOG Nation for people who like that dank shit for fans. And then, but even better than that, got that Discord.
We do. And that is discord.gg/TADPOG. And did you know that when you Chandler Bing TADPOG, it says, "Did you mean tadpole?"
So don't do that.
Thank you. Thank you. That was my joke.
Before you get into what I'm certain is the next thing to come, Patreon,
Yeah.
because you can donate to Patreon
Yeah.
as little as $1 a month and get all kinds of cool extra content. But before we do that, I just wanted to say one more time to you lovely people that bought the DG's album for me.
Yeah.
I would like to name them.
Is it a good album? Did you like it?
It is a good album.
Good.
I posted a little
I
TikTok.
saw the TikTok.
Yeah,
I love
I
the
saw that too.
TikTok.
It's my
Yeah.
one and only ever made TikTok. You can follow
your
me on.
tick.
If you want to follow me on TikTok, you can. My account sucks. I don't do them.
It's better than mine.
I do. I have one. It's Wiz and Sage.
You send me funny stuff.
Yeah,
Send me good stuff.
you have 100% more content on your one. Your one.
Infinitely
Yeah.
more content.
Yeah.
But there were a few people who, in case you missed it from all the screaming and oh my God from last week, that all chipped in and bought me and Tanya, who was thrilled, by the way. She was absolutely beside herself. The next day we put it on the record
You
player.
can keep going over there.
Yeah. I said, see, if nothing ever comes out of me coming over here, we got this fucking album. So a bunch of people that are really cool got together and bought this for me, and it was presented to me in the Stinger last week, and was very excited and and I held on to it. I didn't get into Discord and thank everybody until today.
And I appreciate that. I know, like, it put you in a weird position because we didn't even talk about this, but I mean, you knew that my intent was we're going to keep this under wraps so people can hear it. And
I certainly wasn't about to, and I waited until like 2:00 to post the video of the TikTok in the Discord.
And I love that you did that.
If any of these people are not on Discord and they don't know about following me on TikTok, I just want to say thanks to the following people who chipped in for this. First of all, Tyler and Dave, you guys are just too fucking good to me. Usurper Grimm, Chris Murray.
Mr. Saturn.
Yeah, Mr. Saturn, Chris Murray, Frog Pussy Pope Phil, Ruby on Rails, Baron, Paul, Cluel, Gamebug Prime, Nate, Matt, Gentle G.
Gentle
Matt
G.
Gentile, Gentle
Congratulations.
G. Congratulations on your marriage. You guys are amazing, and that is the coolest thing I've gotten in a very long time, and it is prominently displayed on top of our record stand.
Awesome. I'm glad you got it.
Me too.
I'm very, very glad you got it.
We show it to everyone.
Good.
Like, I go out and show it to people that just walk past my house that I don't even know.
Look
Say,
at
look
this.
at this.
Yeah.
I don't really do that because they might hit
steal
me
it.
and take it. But anyway, thank you guys again very much for that. I want to make sure to get that on the record because it's been
Hey, made it funny.
didn't even know
Like
it.
Master Splinter.
But yeah, I've been sitting on that all week. I know you guys that chipped in, I was hoping you weren't thinking I was being ungrateful for not saying something sooner, but I didn't want to spoil anything about the episode.
No, if it makes you feel any better, a couple people asked me about it, and I was just like, oh, wait till the episode.
Yeah, okay.
He just threw it away. He didn't give a shit.
He just left it in the Holland deck. He didn't even take it home.
We should have done an elaborate thing, right? Like let you in on it, and then like you like brought over a different record, and you broke it on air.
Dave Grohl's a fucking sellout.
Very cool. Okay, sorry. Continue.
The wrong Nirvana died.
The wrong Nirvana.
No. Because the members of Nirvana were actually referred to as Nirvanas.
Yeah.
Individual Nirvanas.
The Lone Rangers, yes.
It's a shitload of Nirvanas. It's rare to see one of them.
That's a didgeridoo of Nirvanas.
We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/TADPOG. A lot of cool people there. Donate. Thank you very much if you do.
Because I'm locked out on my phone, so I've tried to pull it up.
Oh, well, here. Did you just do it right now?
Yep.
Well, then I should be getting a notification, and I can okay that for you so you're not locked out anymore. Just so the listener knows, I didn't lock Tyler out of it. He got a new phone.
I got a new phone. Yeah.
I do not have the request yet, but
I spent all our money on Pokemon cards. He locked me out.
man, Pokemon cards getting fucking crazy. I don't know if they still are, but like with like during pandemic, like there was
dude.
that was fucking wild.
Like every fifth TikTok now is dudes opening
no shit.
Pokemon packs and stuff. Yeah. Finding Charizards.
I will get you. I will. As soon as that email comes in, Tyler, I will unlock you from Patreon so you have that. But in the meantime, I want to give a big thanks to a huge one-time donation from Plinko Nick. Thank you very much, Plinko Nick. Very unnecessary, but very glad that you sent that. Thank you.
Best title.
I love Plinko Nick. That's a good title, and he's cool, and he hangs out in Twitch chat, which is very nice too. We got Backlog Banisher Dane, who is now an executive producer.
Nice.
For this month. I believe I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I believe he was like, this is like a 1 month thing, and it's like, okay, cool, thanks for letting me know. Also, Sick Jake, thank you for becoming an executive producer. We got Jesse McCombs riding that penny train, toot toot.
Toot toot.
Jonathan Naj Martinez riding that penny train.
Toot toot.
Toot toot. I'm glad you included Naj in there because now I know who you are because Naj hangs out in Twitch chat from time to time too. We've got an increase in donation from Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton. Thank you very much, Nate. And then an increase from Cubicle Monkey.
Wow, big
shit.
week.
So yeah, very big week. Thank you, Cubicle Monkey. And then we also, I'm not 100% sure that we've thanked Exalted Lord Micah Purdue, but thank you, Exalted Lord Micah Purdue, for upping your donation as well. It means a lot. And that brings me to the executive producers. These are the people who donate $20 or more a month on our Patreon. It goes a long way. Thank you guys very much. You're fucking awesome. We've got Usurper Grim, God Emperor Alex Pena, Temporal Eternal. God damn it. God, just take it slow, Dave. Just take it slow.
So good.
Take it slow. Temporal, Eternal, Savior, Cubicle Monkey. The problem is, eternal is sandwiched between two words that end in eol. So there's temporal and then savior. And it's like always makes me want to fucking throw an I in there for whatever reason. Regardless, Cubicle Monkey, thank you for your donation. We got Cousin David Galino, Cathusius Jeff Miners, Steve Dixon, Plinko Nick Price, Clambro Cody Phillips, Bantha Master, Executive Producer Dig Dougie, Gamebug Prime Nathan Eaton, Time Lord Josh Edwards, Matt Gentile, a.k.a. Gentle G, congratulations on your marriage. Sick Jake, we're sorry you fell for the marketing. Magical Sleeper, a.k.a. Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, I'm sorry you couldn't be on this episode, Platinum member Brett Miller, Sandwich Pope, Pussy Pope, just Pussy Pope.
That's it.
Hell yeah, he that Pussy Pope.
Just Pussy Pope.
Yep.
Pussy Pope, Phil Hawkins. Sandwich Pussy Pope. Pussy Sandwich Pope. That sounds pretty good.
Sandwich pussy
Go for
Pope
fucking pussy sandwich
flows
right
a
now.
little better.
He's got his own fucking garden. He bakes cookies and shit. He's the fucking pussy Pope, dog.
We need to go back to Sandwich Pope, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just because.
That's his name.
And also Arthur hangs out.
Bulbasaur and the pussy Pope.
Harold Arthur hangs out in Twitch chat sometimes, and when Phil comes in, I'm like, Frog Pussy Phil! So, Sandwich Pope, Phil Hawkins. We're going to have to work in Frog Pussy some other way.
Once Arthur turns 18,
Frog Pussy
then
Arthur.
we'll make... Oh, there you go.
Nate from Utah,
Frog
first time
Pussy
caller.
Duke.
Frog Pussy Duke.
Or who's on it? Cardinal. Frog Pussy Cardinal.
Frog Pussy Cardinal. We got Nate from Utah, first time caller. Zeus Laser Boons from Brooklyn. Drinksmith Joey Webster. Big Daddy Paul Anderson. Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link. General Kenobi Massacre. Barbecue Baron Andrew Rowland. And Backlog Banisher Dane. Thank you guys.
Which
It means a
Joey and
lot.
I have been
Very
talking
much.
a lot back and forth about Wheel of Time. He's almost
Awesome.
almost through the first book.
Awesome. That's great.
That
I remember you
starts on
saying.
Amazon.
He was like, "Who are your
soon.
favorite characters?" I was like, "All right, here are 10 names. Don't know, but look forward to it."
Well, cool. I'm glad you've been talking to Joey. Oh, that reminds me, because Drinksmith Joey, we need to talk about Tadpog Prom because
I saw Link message us and we didn't respond because I was like, "I don't know yet."
yeah, Link messaged me on Discord and I was like, "Hey, bud, thank you for doing that." Because he was like, "I messaged you on Messenger." I was like, "I'm not there. You might not have noticed."
I saw it and I was like, "Shit, I don't know. I need to talk to Dave later before I touch this."
No, I'm like. Even like when I posted the episode yesterday, I just posted and got the fuck out. Like I didn't even check Messenger at all. So I'm really glad that Link messaged me on Discord because I was like, I don't know, I haven't talked to Tyler yet, but I would say this: I want it to happen. And outside of that, and that the Louisville Arcade Expo announced that it is going to be happening in 2022. That's all that I know at this moment. But we'll talk and we'll figure it out. And when we get it figured out, we'll obviously get Master Cycle Baron Link in on it, and then we can disperse the information. I know there are a lot of people just from like talking on Twitch chat and talking in Discord who are excited for it. So, I mean, there are people who haven't come before who are going to be coming and like are really looking forward to it. I always have a really fun time. I'm really looking forward to it.
I vaguely remember having a good time. And that's because it's pretty fucked up, not because it's been such a long time.
It was fun. It's always fun. I missed this not being able to do it this past year.
Same.
So
Yeah,
I'm
same.
I'm gonna go. Maybe get that booster by that point and then go.
Yeah.
Get your shots if you're coming to the expo. Let's all be responsible and
Yeah.
get shots and all that good stuff so we're not
Yeah.
I really want to drag Casey out to it. I've already mentioned, like, yeah, it's in the
I
talks.
know.
Come on,
He should-
man.
Yes, he should come. I think you'd have a good time.
I do too.
It is a good time. So we're aware that that the Louisville Arcade Expo is happening. We just need to, Tyler and I and Ian need to talk and like figure out, logistics and what all we can do, what all we want to do. And when we know, you'll know. Essentially, we'll let you know. Don't worry.
Cool.
I think it's all pretty much all we got then, right? You guys want to close it out? Or I think so. I think we're driving. Found that. It's in the show notes. It's all there.
Tadpog.com.
Hey, you want to close it out?
What's your favorite wrestler?
Oh. Okay. Got it.
All right. So until next time.
Tropical Capricorn. Oh, yeah.
You were Slim Jim.
Randy the
Savage.
Macho Man Savage.
Okay. I was
Hungry snake.
Hungry Snake. I was Hungry Snake.
Asteroid.
Yeah, I've logged more time with Asteroid than anyone, sadly. It's because his name starts with A and he was the first character.
I was Mankind, Mick Foley.
Oh,
By heads and shoulders, my favorite wrestler. Always will be.
so Cohen spent the night with us last night because they're going to be out of town, and
Right.
He usually stays with us one night every other week, just because Graham's babies him and makes him hot chocolate and all this other shit. but he always wants to do shit that I don't want to do, and it
That
just
does-
because
that tracks.
he's had like this. He wanted to play Candyland.
Let's go to a Trump rally. Happy?
Let's go to
Happy, let's go to a packed Walmart and take our masks off.
Yeah. He wanted to play fucking Candyland, and I don't like that game, obviously, because I'm an adult, and it's a stupid fucking game. It's a great game for kids, whatever, but I hate playing it.
I'm so envious of you though, because like Henry never asks to play games. He's always like, "I made a game, Dad. Let's play it." Is it called I Lose?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's
It's
usually
designed.
that's usually why you make games, so you can make rules up on the fly so that I lose. Which, you know what? It's fine. It's a baby game. Whatever.
You loved Calvin Ball as a kid.
I did love Galvin Ball as a kid.
I got out of the shower, and Cohen was like standing there waiting for me, and he won't ever ask me. He's just like his father. He won't ever come up to me and ask me something. He'll go in there and ask Grams, and then Grams will have to ask me for him. I don't know. I think all my kids are afraid of me. Anyway,
That doesn't make sense to me.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't. that
You
doesn't
nail
make
their
sense.
bedroom door shut one time so they don't get out.
I don't know. But anyway, he's shy. He tends to be a little shy when it comes to asking for stuff. And I think 90% of it is he always assumes the answer is going to be no. Because it's like, can I buy a toy today?
Are you my dad? I don't.
Right. Anyway, he finally gets around to ask, or Tanya comes and says he wants to play Candyland. And he says, you want to play Candyland? And I'm like, no, but I will. I'll play one game of Candyland.
Boy, do I know that answer very well.
One fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. I'm not playing. I told him, I said, I'm not playing two. I don't care because I know what you're going to do. You're going to lose, and then you're going to get mad that you lost, and you're going to want to play again.
You're gonna lose because I fucking kicked ass.
Because
at
I'm the
Candyland.
fucking Candyland master, motherfucker.
I beat your little child ass time and time again. You don't step to Pappy in Candyland.
Then you pull out your pink championship Candyland jacket out of the closet and put it on before you play.
That's
Your
right.
your licorice
44
whipping
long.
nine tails and hit him with it.
your lollipop corsage.
44 long. That's my jacket size. So anyway, we
See, I am a short.
Yeah, I was
Because you
about to
have long
say.
arms and I have tiny T-Rex arms.
Hey, I'm jealous of this long boy over here. I'm a regular.
she goes.
Or are we the three arm-sized musketeers
Wow,
over here?
we are a good demographic right here. We have all the bases covered.
Yes, we do.
Yep.
So Tanya goes into his room, gets the Candyland box, and he sits down in the living room floor, and she puts the box down, and he starts opening the box, and he's getting everything set up. So we decide, okay, you go ahead, you set everything up. We're going to go step outside, have a quick smoke while you do that. So we did. We go outside, we have a smoke, whatever. I'm bitching because I don't want to play Candyland. But then I'm like, it's fine. It's Cohen. I'll do it for him. No big deal. We come in, and he's got the board laying on the ground, and he says, okay, now I have a new rule. I'm like, fuck.
Here we go.
Here it fucking comes. He goes, I have a new rule. Whoever has the rubber band on their finger gets to go first.
Okay.
And that's me. I've got the
Okay.
rubber band on my finger, Cohen says.
And
I'm like, actually, Cohen, the rule is the youngest person in the game gets to go first, which would have been you anyway. So I don't know why you're going to all this trouble, but whatever. You get to go first. And then he goes, he's got you play the game with these cards. You draw the cards, and it's like if you get 2 orange, you go the 2 orange on the path. One to the next orange and to the next orange, right? And there's little things all around the board, like a cinnamon roll and a lollipop and a fucking ice cream cone. And if you draw that card, you go to that spot, whether it's back or forward. And there's little bridges. You land on this little one space, and it takes you over a bridge, which gets you to the next whole track. So you're like, halfway across the board away from everyone else, right? He's got these cards laid out, stacked, but not very well. And you figure, well, he's 5. He doesn't know how to, stack cards real good. Tanya goes to pick up the cards and straighten them out, and Cohen's like, "No, you shouldn't touch those cards."
Well, there's a flag.
She and I look at each other and we're like, "What did you do?" "Nothing. I didn't do anything." She draws the first card and looks, and it's the one for one of the bridges.
Yeah.
That takes you right to the first move.
And he's going first.
Yeah, he is.
Lying's a sign of intelligence.
I looked over at Tanya, and she showed me the card, and then I looked back over at Cohen. I said, "Boy, did you just stack the deck?" He goes, "No." No. I'm like, "Well, you know what? That was pretty clever, but don't cheat." We had the whole discussion about cheating. He's like, "I'm not cheating. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke." Okay, no, you were cheating. It's technically, literally, you were cheating. But I will give you props because that was pretty. I said the only problem, if you had just kept your mouth shut, if you had just not said anything, you would have gotten away with it. We would have never known the difference. So get good. Now, that being said, Tanya turns to him and goes, "Besides that, why didn't you put the cinnamon roll on top? It's like literally almost at the end of the track." He's like, "Oh," and I was like, "So you did do it." Fucker.